We would like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We would like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We would like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros will like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bro. Oh, show. What is going on, brothers? What is going on? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport. We are here. We are here for another Future Classic live stream. First and foremost, press a 1 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Mayday, Mayday, check 1 2, check 1 2. Theo, how's my audio? Is it good?
Mayday, 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 Mayday. Hey, I'm ready for a rave right now. Let's do it. Let's do a rave. Let's have some fun.
All right, Theo, let me test you on this right. All right. What is the song? Na 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 na, state of mind. Na 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 na. Okay, all right. Na 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 na. You don't know that, bro?
No, I don't know that one. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm trying to say something facetious about that. I have no idea.
So we got Aussie here, we got Cloud Ninja 92, awesome Facebook clips, Yu-Gi-Oh! 504, awesome. Let's get straight into it, brothers, man. Let's get straight into it. So welcome to another Passport Bro show. Hope you're well all around the world, wherever you're watching. First and foremost, tonight, when you come on the channel, like the video, like the stream. Even after the stream, just like it. Please show me some support. That'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, throughout tonight, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal donation. Please support what me and Theo do, what I do on this channel. Any support is greatly appreciated. Of course, join the Patreon, okay, for Intel on Foreign Chicks. Let me tell you, some of these foreign chicks, right, are freaky in the bedroom, but that's only on the Patreon. Aside from that, we got Stocks Intel on the Patreon, IT Intel on the Patreon, and Crypto Intel on the Patreon. Last week, I dropped a very particular interest in crypto based on my research that could do well. Only on the Patreon. Go and check it out, okay? Aside from that, please cop the merch. Please make sure you also support any way you can and like the video. And of course, let's get straight into it. Oh yeah, also book your IT consultation with me via the Candy link that it will be pinned in the description link below, or is also in the description box below. In regards to IT guidance and IT help and IT support, let me know. Book a consultation with me, okay? So let's get straight into it, okay? So the title of this live stream is, what's her plan for black men, right? Where's her plan for black men? Kamala Harris economic plan breakdown, okay? So what does that mean? So in the last couple of days, Kamala Harris, as you all know, is a presidential candidate in the United States of America, okay? And she dropped her economic plan, and the whole world's thinking, what is going on over here, okay? And we as black men are going to pick her plan apart from the perspective of intellectual black men, okay? Who are studious, who are nerdy black men. We're going to break it down, okay? So let me just share my screen, okay? We're going to go through the key points here in our plan, okay? Is it feasible? What's missing from that plan? And how can it affect black men and also the social climate as well, okay? And the key point here is, right, what's her plan for black men? What's her economic plan for black men? Because guess what, right? We as black men are in a very special position, okay? You know what we've been through. From slavery, Jim Crow, structural racism, institutional racism, to the fact where it's still impacting us in 2024. So guess what, right? We need particular plans for us, for our development and for our progression. If no one can't provide that for us, right, that's suspect. And we got to call that out, okay? Women get their own plan. A certain other community of different colors get their own plan. And another community, right, who of a different religion gets their own plan. But where's the plan for straight black men? We need our own plan that fits our needs and goals, okay? So let me share my screen, okay? And let's get straight into it, because we got to break down this plan that's taking over the interwebs right now, okay? Give me a second, brothers. Just to take a site. Okay, share screen.
Okay.
So we can see here, right, on the screen, okay? Here's what's in Kamala Harris's plan for the economy, okay? So it says here, Vice President Harris on Friday unveiled several ambitious proposals as part of her economic plan if she wins the presidency this year, okay? The proposals range from cutting taxes, right, boosting housing construction, and the federal ban on grocery price gouging. Ooh, that's a very tricky one there. Harris's campaign says the proposals mark just one part of her economic plan and will be a priority for her first 100 days in office. You've been there for 3 years, so actually, hold on. We're going to break it down very soon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to our first plan over here, and that's boosting the child tax credit, okay? So Harris's plan calls for beefing up the child tax credit, CTC, to provide a $6,000 tax cut to families with newborn children, as Democrats have sought to drive a contrast with Republicans on the issue in recent weeks, okay? The plan would allow for $6,000 in total tax relief for middle income and low income families, right, for the first year of their child's life, according to a campaign sheet. So that's an interesting point there, Theo, right? And I've got some notes here, and I want to pick apart this particular point here. So let me go first here, right? Now, for me, right, okay, £6,000, right, or $6,000 is not enough to encourage men to have families with American women. At this point in time, having a child with an American woman is playing with fire. Okay? If they want to boost the birth rate in America, I don't think money is the solution there. The money that they're proposing for child credit should be going towards something else. How about we talk about the reason why the birth rate is so low in America? Because of feminism, right? And the way women think nowadays, right? They prioritize career over having children, right? They don't want to be feminine. They don't want to be homemakers. They want to be boss babes, okay? This money that she's proposing here should be spent somewhere else. And this shows you how out of touch Democrats and Kamala Harris is. It ain't about the money when it comes to having children. It's about that most men in America and the West, right, don't want to be around Western women anymore. And that's the reason why we have the passport bro movement. So Democrats and Harris are lacking in the social aspects of things. What's going on here? Why is it so low? Maybe American women have lost their spark and their shine over the past couple of decades. What's your thoughts, Sophie, on this particular plan from Harris?
Well, I think it'll encourage women to become single mothers. That's it. So it's good for single mothers. It's good for that, because a woman will feel some sort of feeling, like the universe, and she'll say, okay, I can, the government will help me out here. But it's really nothing. If you're going to have a child, $6,000 from the government, I mean, it's not that much help, really, to be honest. You need a family. And over 50% of Black American men are middle class, no children, middle class without children, and single. So this $6,000 isn't going to do anything to help us, this group, actually want to get married or have children. It's nothing. What if anything? Like Trump should just come out and say mandatory paternity testing at birth. That would get us on board, right? Like, yeah, that's wonderful. But $6,000 tax credit for a child, nah, it's not going to be anything, to be honest.
Facts there, Phil. That's a great point there. And I think, what needs to be addressed, right, is the social issues between men and women in America. Okay. You want to get those birth rates up, right? How about speaking to men as to why men are tired of American women, as to why men have checked out completely, as to why men are going their own way, as to why men are becoming passport bros, right? A lot of things are happening in the West and in America that politicians don't like, that are kind of messing up the economy. Is mostly due to social issues, right? It's the way women think, the way they move nowadays. And a lot of women are, only for themselves in America and in the West, right? They need to address social issues that has impacting the birth rate in America, and not just for a $6,000 check, right, for child tax credit. That ain't gonna solve ish, like you mentioned, Theo, right? It's going to encourage more single mothers and more women, more chicks, right, finessing the system. Break it down for us, brother.
Yeah, that's entirely true. So this won't increase marriage, that's for sure. But it will increase the amount of single mothers, of course, because if they get that tax credit and then they can go on welfare or some sort of government assistance, then they're just making more bank in order to have children. So this is something for women. This isn't something for men. I want to see if Kamala has anything for men.
Phil, that's a great point there, bruv. That's a great point there. And it's funny you mentioned that, Phil, because I'm getting a huge sentiment here that, Kamala Harris, right, is really pro-woman, doesn't really care about men's issues and men's thoughts and what men go through. But Trump, right, he's trying to balance both sides here. Okay, men have issues, women have issues. How can I make sure I address both sides here? But Kamala Harris's campaign, I'm hearing woman power. I'm hearing first Black American woman or first Indian woman. She ain't Black, she's Indian, by the way. I'm just thinking, what's going on here? You're right here, Phil, right? This particular tax credit here is to enrich the pockets of American women, bruv. There's a plan in America to disenfranchise men in general, prop up women and make women run America, and demean men and make men less than them. Can we agree on that, Theo? That this particular point here is for women only? Break it down, people.
I would just say definitely for women only. I mean, maybe a few select families, but this is going to be for women. This will just give women an incentive to become single mothers. That's it. I really don't. I mean, okay, we got a $6,000 tax credit. Okay, Theo, go into Central Austin and get busy. Make that family. Nope. No, there's no way that gonna happen. But again, there are plenty of women who will be thankful to have that, and with additional government assistance, they'll be like, "Yeah, I could be a strong, independent, boss babe, single mother." I'm like, "Okay, go for that. Go ahead. I have nothing much to say about that. If you want to do it, go ahead. You do you."
Facts, man. $6,000 isn't even enough, right, to convince men to start making babies with American chicks. You better pay us $1 million, because if dealing with an American woman is like dealing with even
$1 million. I wouldn't even do it with $1 million. There's just no way. There's no. That's not going to happen because, I mean, if you look at her, she's a victim. But see, okay, like again with American women, she could be a victim if you look at her or if you don't look at her. Either one, she's a victim. So you're kind of like, well, what's the way to reduce her victimhood, right? Victimization. Okay, so if I just go to another country, I don't even look at her, and that's probably the way to reducing her victimization to the lowest level possible. So, okay, I'll go over there, but she'll always find a way to become a victim.
Absolute facts, right? So that's the first point there. That is a nonsense economic plan or policy And that's the reason. One of the reasons why she's getting destroyed completely on social media, analysts alike, right? Because this here is a nonsense policy. So next point here that I want to see here, right? Okay, is the helping first-time home buyers economic policy from Kamala Harris. Let's break it down, okay? Another plan Harris proposed builds upon a previous proposal from the Biden administration that sought to provide first-generation homebuyers with $20,000 in down payment assistance, along with tax credit for first-time buyers. Okay, key point there. It says here, Harris's campaign said in the fact sheet that the vice president's plan seeks to simplify and significantly expand the Biden plan by providing, on average, $25,000 for all eligible first-time home buyers, while ensuring full participation by first-generation home buyers and more generous support for first-generation homeowners. Let's break it down here, okay? I've got a point here that I want to address there, okay? This particular type of economic plan, right, shows that Kamala Harris is completely lost when it comes to the field of economics, okay? Number one, this will drive up home prices and will essentially make homes $25,000 more expensive, right?
Correct.
This will drive up home prices. I'm not bugging out here, but this actually will drive up home prices, right? Break it down for us, Phil.
Yeah, that's entirely correct. So it'll actually increase the prices by $25,000. And the big thing also is that when you're talking about eligible first-time home buyers, these are for lower income. So somebody like me with my income, I would have too much money. I wouldn't get the $25,000. So what's going to happen is you have this single mother who gets $6,000 credit for becoming pregnant with Chad and Tyrone's baby. Then the government's going to give her $25,000 help and assistance and other things here so that she could be empowered and buy a house. And this is really for people who are making $80,000 and below. And she's going to be able to get into a house and feel empowered and become a homeowner all by herself. This is what we're really talking about. This isn't for men, because men don't buy houses unless they're married. And there's nothing in these proposals to actually incentivize us to get married. So this is a very pro-woman economic policy, pro-single woman.
Absolute facts, man. So, brother, if you see what we're dealing with here in America with this woman called Kamala Harris, it's a lot more deeper than you think. This is a sinister economic plan that appears to only benefit women. This is from our points only. This is what we have observed as passport bros. Okay, so breaking down further, right, on this particular point here. Okay, if you give homeowners 25K, okay, that will increase competition. Okay, as millions of people will enter the market who couldn't afford it before. What does that mean? More competition means higher prices that could go beyond the 25 grand that was added onto house homes already. Okay, this is a poor economic plan by Kamala Harris. This is who you guys are dealing with. She has no idea what she's doing. Okay, another point is that I saw online that a similar policy was actually happening in New Zealand. Okay, and now New Zealand has one of the most unaffordable houses in the entire world. So you think America's bad right now? Okay, wait until Kamala Harris, if she wins the presidency and somehow gets this policy approved, right, the housing market will be beyond the average person. What could they afford? Break it down for us, Theo.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you this one. So this is going to basically, this is going back to the 20 years ago with the Democratic Party with housing. This is going to incentivize people who can't afford homes to actually buy homes. And there's basically the market right now is the U.S. housing market is dominated by corporations. And so if the price goes up by $25,000, those corporations don't care. They can go ahead and just buy it anyway. So this isn't going to increase the supply of housing whatsoever. If she actually needs to work on policies to reduce the interest rates for housing, but for human beings buying housing, not for corporations buying housing. And she's not doing anything because she's in cahoots with the corporations.
Great point there, Theo. I was just about to go into that part, private equity. I want to share an article here real quick right now. Let me just share my screen, okay? So instead of her, right, addressing the problem of private equity and corporations buying up property, right, jacking up the prices, right, she wants to give you a 25 grand first time buyer money, right? Okay, but actually the problem is that corporations are now in the game. Okay, hold on here. Okay, so here's an article, right, by Powell, right? You guys, Treasury dude or whatever. Okay, something Powell. Let me share my screen over here. Okay, share screen. Share screen. All right, so look at this one over here. Okay, so this guy says here, right? This is Powell, right? There will be bank failures caused by commercial real estate losses. Okay.
Correct.
So Federal Reserve Chair, okay, Jerome Powell said Thursday he expects to see more banks fail due to their exposure to the commercial real estate sector, which has declined significantly in value following the shift to remote work. Okay. Powell says the banks that are in trouble with falling office space and retail assets are not the big banks, okay, which were designed as systemically important in the aftermath of the 2008 crisis. Okay, rather the banks at risk of failure. Now, Powell identified as smaller and medium-sized. Okay, so there's a huge problem here, right? With all these corporations, right, buying up, right, all these properties, or banks buying up all these properties, right? People are not even living there, right? And Kamala Harris isn't addressing this type of issue. If we need more houses in the market, okay, we gotta try and restrict corporations, private equity, buying up property, and leaving the average person out. Break it down for us, Theo.
Yeah, so this is something that affects me as well. The corporations going in there and actually buying the properties and making everybody rent has been incredibly damaging to the market. And they're getting so much investor money, they're so flush with cash that even if the interest rates go up, for example, they doubled pretty much in the last 3 years. They don't care. They still got more money coming in from other investors, so they can afford to keep on buying property. And it has really ravaged the market. It's the big reason why I decided to go to Rio and buy a house in Rio de Janeiro instead of buying one in Texas. And that's just because, I mean, $400,000, I can get the complete perfect home that I would want in Rio. And I can't do it here, even though there's more land here. There's, I should be able to get it however I want to here perfectly. So I just think I think it's ridiculous. She's not addressing this at all. Everything that she is doing is to actually help. I would say that she's going to help the corporations. And she's not doing anything really to help a family. Single mothers and corporations, that's what she's in bed with.
Facts, absolute facts. That shows you Kamala Harris's true agenda. And more people have to wake up to see what's going on here, right? Because if she wins, America will go downhill. Okay, it's terrible right now. go even worse than it is right now if Kamala wins. Okay, so you're seeing here that her so-called economic plan for giving people 25K for a first-time home will actually jack up the prices to an absurd or unaffordable level, and that's simple economics. Now, I'm not an economics guy. Okay, I didn't do it. I think Theo did that for his degree, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did so, right?
Yeah, it's one of my majors. Yep.
Yeah, you did that, right? So, but anyone who at least reads a newspaper or just is interested in financial stuff, right, would know that supply and demand is a very important part of economics. And you just giving out 25K, right, and not actually addressing the actual root cause, which is private equity, which is a bunch of empty houses for remote work, and you're not addressing that, means that she has no idea what she's doing for you. No idea.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, okay, here in Austin, they're having a commercial real estate issue because there's so many remote workers and you can't get people like me to go into the office. We're literally saying no, like impossible. No, we will not do it. And it's actually very wonderful, to be honest, the remote work, because it's allowing people to be normal human beings again. So she's not really embracing that. She's not really looking at that kind of situation. Like, it would be great if there was a law that could go in that would help remote workers, but she's not thinking about this at all. So, so far, again, single mothers, corporations, that's what she's into, but she's not facing the reality of, I would say, educated and talented Black men. She's not doing anything for us.
Absolute facts. Absolute facts. I mean, if we're going to speak on the issue pertaining to Black men in a couple minutes later on. So now we've addressed two of the points there, which I feel are very important, right? Okay. How about we address this price gouging ban? Something that kind of shocked me, right, when I read this. So I'm going to read this, right? I'm going to also share a video of a woman who speaks on this. And it's just going to show you just how out of scope and how lost Kamala Harris is. Let's break it down, okay? So, price gouging ban. The plan calls for what it described as the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food and groceries. Though doesn't offer much detail as to how the proposal will be carried out. I'm not surprised. So they speak on something, and there's no detail as to how they'll do it. Typical liberal Democrat talk. So it says here, right? The proposal will be part of a larger effort aimed at lowering grocery costs and tackling inflation. The plan also calls for setting rules to ensure corporations can't unfairly exploit consumers to run up excessive profits on food and groceries. As polls show, inflation continues to be a top of mind issue for voters in the months leading to the November presidential election. Okay, so essentially, they want to have a price gouging federal ban law on corporations price gouging, essentially jacking up prices on food and groceries. Okay, now let me stop sharing here, right, and let me show you a clip from a woman who speaks on the flaws of this particular price gouging ban. Okay, Kamala Harris is literally lost. She's lost in the sauce. Literally, brothers. Let me share my screen over here. Video file. Lost in the sauce, and she can't get out of it, brothers. So this one here, okay. So let me show you over here. Right, she breaks it down wonderfully.
Back and learn basic. There is a desperate.
You there, Theo? So make sure you can watch the video.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm just
okay.
Drop down like that so I can watch it.
Okay.
There is a desperate need for people to go back and learn basic economics before they're even allowed to vote, because what you don't understand is certain policies will ultimately negatively affect you. Let's talk about price fixing and price capping. If you price fix something, I'm a corporation, and you're telling me I could sell this product for $5, no more, that's what I have to do it at. But it costs me $4 to get that product to then sell it to you. Well, I'm not going to make enough money making $1 profit to keep my business open and pay my employees to keep it running. So I'm either going to A, order less of that product, creating scarcity, meaning there's a high demand and a low availability for that product, which is going to lead to black market and people selling them at exorbitant prices. Or I'm going to go to my supplier and I'm going to say, hey, I need that same product, but I need it with a little bit less quality. Cut the corners on some things because I have to sell it for no more than $5. So I need you to make it for no more than $3. So I can at least make $2 profit so that I could afford to keep my doors open and pay everybody. See how that works? So now you're paying more for something that's less quality, or you're going to end up paying more because there's not enough of it available, or you're just not going to have it. So there's that issue. Let's also talk about this throwing out, let's raise minimum wage.
There you go. So, brothers, okay, this is where, right, Kamala Harris is just lost. Absolute lost in the source. Okay? Theo, I want to hear your perspective on this woman's points here on price gouging, brother. Break it down for us, Theo.
Well, I mean, first off, where was the price gouging? I mean, really, where was it? So when the beer bug hit, of course, I was here in Austin, and there was a run on food. I remember that run, and I spent $1,000 one day just buying food because we didn't know what was going to happen, right? There was no price gouging there. So if there wasn't any, then where are you seeing price gouging? Please define that. That's an emotional word as far as I'm concerned. I want to see where there's actual price gouge. And that what this lady just stated was actually entirely correct. This is like basic communism. So if you put a price, if you limit the prices, you put a price fix, you either get less production or you get less quality. It's the way the market works. And this is exactly what happened in Soviet Russia. So, I mean, I look at these liberals and I'm like, you guys are always going this Marxist, pro-communist stuff, man. Stop it. Come on, guys. Just stop it. This is ridiculous. This is, man. See, and then also you have the passport bros leaving. So we're the guys who make money. It's the same kind of thing in communism. You had the guys who could actually work productive. They also left the Soviet Union. We're seeing history repeat itself.
There you go. And I also want to make a point here, right? Why focus on price gouging and why not focus on increasing salaries for people in America, right? Why, how about you focus on the H-1B visas where you're bringing in people from out of America who are taking in lower wages, right? And then make the market low in terms of wage costs, okay? How about you restrict that visa, you train up your own citizens in America so you can go for high paying jobs, okay? And how about you create a system where there's a lot more supply than the demand, right? If there's a lot more supply than the demand, okay, that favors consumers, that favors employees. Why doesn't Kamala Harris address that? This is what I'm talking about. This is who you want to be president. This is who wants to lead America, which is, in my opinion, the most influential, powerful country in the entire world. It's a flipping joke as to what's going on, brothers. Break it down for us, Theo.
Well, I definitely agree. Because of the H-1B1 visa, I probably earn about 50% less, to be honest. Because we had to compete with them. Yeah. So it definitely kept the wages lower, which was very irritating. I'd like to make some more money in IT. Especially companies were having record profits, but we weren't making the extra money because they can get somebody to work for $25 an hour that does the same thing we do. So that's an issue, right? Yeah. So I would say go ahead and protect the market. It's always amazing how these woke people advocate for H-1B1 immigrants coming over and then women getting jobs in corporations, but never for the proper training of black men to be working properly in the corporate America or doing manual labor. It's never emphasized at all. Just bring in the immigrants and have them do it. Come on, guys. Like, come on, you want me to vote for that? Are you serious? No, man. Just no way.
There's just no way, bro. And it comes to a point where, look beyond color, look beyond she half black or whatever, which I don't believe, but it's whatever. Look beyond similarities in terms of how you look, and look at the policies. Look at what she's saying. Right. I read this morning. I read it all weekend, and I was thinking, this is a horrible economic plan. Horrible, particularly the price gouging aspect of it. You need to deal with the underlying issues with price gouging. Okay, how about you pay try and make sure corporations pay employees more, restrict H-1B visas, make sure your local citizens are getting training. Right, if you're complaining about how there isn't enough people that can do these IT jobs, it's common sense, bruv. But of course, the corporations don't like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You got a troll in the chat. You got a Easy Breeze TV. Go deal with them. Yeah, I would say like there's plenty of us. There's plenty of us who are here who want to do the work, and we just need a little bit of opportunity to do it. And you see what we're doing in our classes, right? You got a bunch of black men who are very eager to work and eager to learn. They just needed to have the opportunity, and the opportunity wasn't there, right? So where is she addressing that? Not at all. So if you're going to go ahead and do a price limitation, that's going to feel good to women until there's less of that product there. That happened in Soviet Russia. There was a price limit on bread, and then there was less bread. So what? Because
there's no incentive. There's no incentive to make more bread because again the hard work for it, the capital. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So then there was starvation. There was actually less food, and so they actually had to allow farmers to have a profit in certain areas, and then those areas where there was profit, there was increased yields in agricultural production, and that should show that the free market was necessary for food production. These liberals don't learn from history at all.
Absolute facts. So do you know what's funny, right? Let me also move through. Let me bring up Kamala Harris's, when he asked as to how how it's going to work, right? Her response, was shocking. Let me share my screen here. Okay, hold on.
You unveiled some economic policies last week.
Yeah.
Can you explain how you're going to pay for those, and can you give us a sense of what other?
How are you going to pay for the economic plan, Kamala Harris? How are you going to pay for it? Right? Let's hear.
You unveiled some economic policies last week.
Yeah.
Can you explain how you're going to pay for those, and can you give us a sense of what other policies you want to unveil going forward?
Sure. Well, I mean, you just look at it in terms of what we are talking about, for example, around children and the child tax credit and extending the EITC. It's at $6,000 for the first year of a child's life. The return on that investment in terms of what that will do and what it will pay for will be tremendous. We've seen it when we did it in the first year of our administration. We reduced child poverty by over 50%. So that's a lot of the work. And then what we're doing in terms of the tax credits, we know that there's a great return on that investment. And when we increase home ownership in America, what that means in terms of increasing the tax base, not to mention property tax base, what that does to fund schools, again, return on investment. I think it's a mistake for any person who talks about public policy to not critically evaluate how you measure the return on investment. When you are strengthening neighborhoods, strengthening communities, and in particular the economy of those communities, and investing in a broad-based economy, everybody benefits, and it pays for itself.
What? Yo, the interviewer asks her, right, how are you going to fund your economic plan? which apparently what I read will cost $1.7 trillion over 10 years. And she just gave an answer that didn't even answer it. She just what? What's, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, bruv. Oh my goodness. Answer the flipping question. What did she say? She said nothing, bruv. She said nothing. He asked her, right? He asked her, how are you going to fund your economic policy? She's saying return on investment, public what? Theo, what's your thoughts here on just how lost Kamala Harris is on her whole economic plan?
I could probably listen to her talk. Like, she doesn't. This isn't economics. There's nothing in here that would work. I mean, it's all it is feel good Kool-Aid. That's it. It's something to make single mothers feel really great. That's it. So basically, she's saying by giving a tax credit to single mothers, there'll be more children, and because of there are more children, there'll be more economic activity. So what? What do you mean? Really? What are you talking about? Like, I'm just so that goes hand in hand. Okay, and also bring in more immigrants because there'll be more economic activity. No, no. That's like, how about we focus on the market, the people we have here right now. I like what BGS says. Shout out to BGS. He says, "Well, why can't they do it now?" It's exactly correct. Why don't they just go ahead and do it right now? Why haven't they been working on this for the last 3 years? If that was going to be such a big thing, they have all this time. They could have actually gotten something else done. They haven't. They have. I want to ask. Okay, guys. Basically, do you feel better about your economic position right now, where we are right now, than we were with the other administration? I mean, do you really feel it? Because I know for me, I mean, I'm freaking rich. I've lost about 20% of my buying power due to inflation. I'm feeling it. Like, I have to change how I actually spend my money. Before, I really wouldn't care. I'd just go and spend. I'd just go and do what I wanted. Now I actually have to worry about how I spend something. So, I don't know. I doubt many of us are actually doing better now compared to before.
There you go, man. There you go. And that's a great point there. They've had 3 years, 4 years to actually do this economic plan.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? That's how you know, right? It's a whole bunch of cap. It is a whole bunch of cap. Okay, it's just to make you feel good. You know that price gouging aspect. That's to get Bernie Sanders supporters on her side, and then if she wins it, nothing will actually happen when it comes to her saying about price gouging. This is what I'm talking about. She cannot run America. She is not the right person for America. It's very clear. She can't answer a simple question. Okay, she's had 3 years, 4 years, right, working with Joe Biden in the White House to actually set this economic plan in action. Why hasn't it been done? Why now?
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
What you should do while you're running one of these videos, or like where I'm talking, go look at her analysis of cloud computing. Or like go to my wall on Facebook. I actually have it there. What she's talking about cloud computing. It's so horrible. It's just really bad. I'm saying, man, it's just really bad. No, she doesn't know what she's doing. That's it. I mean, she just doesn't know. The thing with the Democratic Party, what I thought was that they should have brought in somebody who at least won a primary. Kamala Harris did not win one primary in 2020. So they should have brought someone who actually could have won a primary and then have Kamala be the vice president to that person. That would have made sense. But no, they have put her up there. She is unqualified. She doesn't know what she's talking about with economic policy. She doesn't know tech whatsoever. And she's saying things that just feel good. There's nothing that she's saying that is actually effective from an economic point of view, from a financial point of view, from a policy point of view. Nah. And for us as black men, are you kidding me? Oh, stop, man. No, there's nothing there.
Absolute facts, right? Now, I want to talk about, right, okay, where's the economic plan for black men? I think it's very important we actually, if I was American, if I was in America right now, I'd be pushing for Kamala Harris to tell us, right, what is your plan for black men? Because stats show you that, black American men, even black men across the West, right, lowest paid, least appreciated. We know that slavery has impacted, the way we can build wealth, right? We know Jim Crow, institutional racism. So we are in a very special spot, particularly black American men. They're in a very particular spot where they need policies for them. And before anyone says that IP, why only for black men? Hold on. I remember a couple of years ago during the COVID-19 crisis, right? And there was a bill passed for Asian people, the Asian bill, right? And that was only for Asian people. So if they can pass a bill for a particular group of people in America, then there ain't no excuse as to why they can't pass a bill that can benefit black American men and their pockets. The politicians can change the lives of the average black men, and they won't do it. We're going to need that economic plan for black American men. Once again, we need that economic plan for our black American brothers in America right now.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, we waiting on that bill. We waiting on that plan, Kamala Harris. Where's your plan for black American men? Break it down for us, Phil.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree on that. Like, so what they could do is, for example, have some sort of policy regarding trade schools, which would encourage black men to go into the trades and actually get a job. Now, as you and I notice, again, we're both teachers. We primarily teach black men. They are very eager to learn. They participate a lot. What they're looking for is a crack in. They're looking for an opportunity. And we're giving them that opportunity when we're using our own time and effort to do that. Well, where's the government policy? Why can't they do something that's that effective? They can't because they're using government policy towards women. That's why, not towards men. They say that men should be able to just do it on their own magically, and that's not the way it's not the way it's working at all. So I would say, why not trade schools? Why not have some sort of policy which would encourage black men to go into trade schools? They have plenty of crime bills that target black men all the time, and then they don't have sufficient educational policies to help black men in school. I saw that all the time. So they're basically saying, hey, look, we don't think black men are going to make it through school anyway, so let's focus on policy to put them in jail. That's how I would look at the Democratic Party.
There you go.
People are so surprised. People are so surprised. I've got like 2 master's degrees. I've got all this stuff going on. They're like, how did you live? How did you get so far and actually be successful? I was like, wasn't that hard? Yeah, because I'm black. That's why.
There you go, Phil. Great point there. And probably in an ideal world, the perfect economic plan for me, right, particularly for black American men, is reparations. And I know people might say, IP, that's crazy, right? In 2024, it's impossible. But hold on, right? Other groups of people throughout history got reparations. Okay? So they can afford reparations for black American men. They can, but they won't do it. The perfect economic plan for black American men is to pay them reparations for slavery, Jim Crow, and institutional racism. Okay? Or, in my opinion, black American men should not be paying taxes at all. Black American men should not be paying taxes for the next 400 years or however long there were slaves in America. So if black American men was slaves for 4 centuries, they should not be paying income tax for 4 centuries. And how about free healthcare for every single black American man? right? And how about free homes for every single Black American man, or at least tax cuts for Black American men when it comes to buying homes? They can do that, bruv. But I know reparations might be impossible for you, near impossible, right? But they can at least, right, pass a bill where it says here, Black American men are not required to pay tax for the next 400 years. They can do it for you.
Well, the non-tax issue, that would actually be something up for debate. I'd like to see what the numbers are on that. That would be an interesting point. But for the other points, what would happen is that, suddenly white girls would identify as Black men and nobody could say anything otherwise. So I'm a Black man and I put it on my ID that I'm a Black man. So now I get all these benefits. That's how that would go. That's how that would go down. So, yeah, yeah. I'm not a big. In terms of reparations. If they said free education, but you have to get into the school, but free education like I had, and no taxes, and then also no tax, say like 50 years, no corporate taxes on companies created by Black men. Bruh, that'd work. That'd be something. I'd be like, yeah, I'm down with that. That actually makes sense because that would increase the power of the economy. It'd actually be very good. But if you just give the Black guys, a lot of Black men, if you just give them money, what's going to happen to it? It's like the lottery. They're just going to become poor at the end.
Maybe some feel, but I say, obviously, brothers like me and you, if they would give us like a $5 million check, we know what we would do with that. Stocks, index funds, maybe some will just blow it on flipping strippers and
most
a bunch of
90%. Look, I think, what is it? 90% of NBA and NFL players go bankrupt 5 years after their contract ends, something like that. It's because they didn't save their money, they didn't invest their money properly. Well, same thing for lotto earners. If you give them the money, they don't invest it correctly. So you think, well, just because we think what we're going to do doesn't mean the masses are going to do that. Most of the masses are going to go alcohol, blow, and hookers. That's what they're going to do. And that's it. All the money's going to be gone. And they're going to become poorer than they were before they declared bankruptcy. Then they're going to talk about how the U.S. government used reparation checks in order to transfer wealth from Black people to white people through the banking system.
But I think if we do get reparations, we're going to need our own banks, our own JP Morgans, our own Chase. If we can pull money together, we can create our own bank in the ilk of JP Morgan, Chase, and all that stuff. We can do it, bro. But it's just that we've been dealt a really bad card, man. We don't run a system. Systems run by non-Black people who don't care about us. I guarantee you, right? We have potential. Before, even during Jim Crow, right? Black people still made it work. We had Rosewood, Tulsa, that was functioning very well until racists destroyed that. When Black men are given money, right, and they're left alone, things happen. That's why there's always some sort of issues in Africa. There's always some sort of issues in the Caribbean. They sabotage us, the powers that be, every flipping time, bruv. Don't feel our time will come as Black men. Our time will come, Phil. I guarantee you, bro. It's gonna come.
Well, we gotta change some things around. Not if you got a bunch of gynocentric Black men going around. That's the first thing we gotta stop. It's gynocentric Black men, and they're prevalent everywhere. It's just as long as they want to live inside of a matriarchy and be happy next to mama like that, ain't gonna happen. And we know there's a large amount of men who are doing this right now. So, I hope
Facts.
that, hold on, it said people are Just giving free money away without a process doesn't help anything. You have to have a process in place. If you don't have a process in place, then people will ask for more money. I know that because I got plenty of people who ask me for money, and if I've helped them, what do? They ask for more money. They don't change the process. I've seen this time and time again. You got to say like, okay, like that's why I like the idea of free education and then no taxes for Black men, certain areas, and then no taxes on corporations created by Black men. Wonderful, because that encourages processes, and the processes will develop wealth. That's good, but just giving a check, there's no process there. Nothing's going to go on.
Awesome. All right, let me read the super chats before we start writing some clips. Shout out to Mr. Ravenstar for the support. When I said beats last stream, I was referring to Dr. Dre. I meant no disrespect. I am a genuine viewer, not a troll. Now, with that being said, cheers. All right, thanks for clearing that up, because I was thinking, you know, when I was mentioning what do Black men explore, you said beats. I was thinking, yo, you better keep it respectful. I thought you were referring to hip hop beats, but you mean the earphones? Okay. But thanks for clearing that up, Ravenstar, and for the support. Awesome. Hey, Phil's got the beats collection. What you got there? Let me show you.
I have 30 of them. Beats.
Yeah, hold on, Bobby, you have 30 beats headphones.
Yeah.
30.
I have over 30. Yeah.
Why?
I'm rich. If I wanted to have 30 beats, I've got 30 beats. I got all different colors. Yeah. I'm rich. This is what I do. If I get stressed, I just go ahead and get a different pair of beats. You see these earphones? I've got 7. I'm ordering 3 more. These are $960, $962 each. I don't care. I'm rich. I can buy it. I buy Panada exercise equipment. It's like minimum price of $8,000. I don't care.
Banana what?
Panada.
Oh, Panada. Okay. So those earphones, what brand is that?
These are Beats. These are Beats by Dre.
The one what you're wearing right now.
These are Apple.
Okay.
Yeah, these are Maxes, Air Maxes. They're just pimped out. That's all.
Hey, shout out to Phil, bruv. That's what I want to see, bruv. You know, that's what gives me joy. Black men living happy, black men ruling. You know, black men getting that bag, black men with wealth. That's what gives me joy, bruv. And I'm wishing Phil more wealth, more success. Right? That's what I want to see.
Well done, Phil. I want more beats. More beats.
I
want more beats.
More beats too. Shout out to Helena Morel for the support. Will you ask your American guests why black people vote for the Democrats when Pete did compulsory purchase on black-owned properties when he was mayor of South Bend, Indiana? Speak of that, Phil.
Look, I highly disagree with black people largely supporting the Democratic Party as they do. It's kind of a hive mind. I really don't see what the Democratic Party is, especially currently, or at least the last 20 years, what they're really doing to benefit black men in particular. So, no, man, I have no idea. Man, it's for me, it's a nothing question.
Shout out to Helena again for the support. Thank you, Helena, for supporting second time. The question is, where is her plan for black men? The answer is nothing. Like it's been for decades, including the Holy Word Obama, nothing, niente nada. Yep, you're right there. And you know what? Obama taught me that, you know, never vote for someone based on race. Because if I was black American, right, I guarantee you, I would have voted for Obama twice. What did Obama do for black American men, apart from my brother's keeper, which is iffy, in my opinion, and nothing burger. We want our pockets full, you know. We want reparations. We want free taxes. Obama didn't provide that for us. And Obama, being a black man, knows that what we go through as black men. what we go through, and he ain't come through for us. And all he did was spend more time on a rainbow community and other communities, and not for black men. And hold on, Theo. He went to Africa and wanted to push out a particular agenda. As a black man doing that, get out of here, bruv, man. Go on, Theo.
Obama greatly elevated the image of black men, particularly globally. We cannot deny that. He's a wonderful husband and father. Just that, the image that he had, the way how polished he was, how articulate he was, wonderful. And again, when I go abroad, one of the things I always talk about is Obama. Just how much they like him. Will Smith is the same way. There's another man, black man, who greatly elevated our image internationally. So you may not like his policies. I mean, that's fair. But our image got a total makeover. They're like, people weren't listening. Well, okay, they're always, mainly if we're talking about black image, people are listening to what, black women are saying. They usually have the representation of it. You had Obama right there saying, "Yeah, I'm a black man. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing." So I'll give it to him there. He did a great job.
But you know what I feel, right? Obama ain't in office anymore, Theo. And in my opinion, we have a more negative image worldwide than positive. And Obama, doesn't outweigh negatives, in my opinion. The rap image, the gangster image, the thug image. That's purposely pushed all around the world, to the point where Obama right now, Phil, is an afterthought. No one cares about him. No one's thinking about Obama, Phil, in 2024 all around the world.
You need to go back to Japan and go ask them that question, because the Japanese are going to talk about Obama. So is Thailand. So is Brazil. So is Colombia. They're going to talk about Obama. They're definitely going to listen to that, and they're also going to talk about Will Smith. Go back, ask them the questions about it. They're going to give you some answers. They're still talking about all that. They're not talking so much about rappers. This is the West thing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Theo. All right, shout out to Helena again. Thank you for supporting the channel for the third time. Thank you, Helena, for the support. Question for your American guests: Should we be calling America the United Corporations of America, the UCA? That's funny. And how does that affect us in England? Break it down for us, Theo.
No, I definitely agree. Even when I came back here, I thought that the United States was a corporation, not an actual government or a country. It's just a giant corporation. And how does it affect you in England? Well, we basically incorporated the UK after World War II. We took your assets, and then you lost your colonies, right? So we came up very much on top on there. So what can I say? It's actually really very much deprecated the power of the UK internationally. So I can see if you don't like it so much. It kind of makes sense, but the pound used to be a lot stronger than it is right now. What more can I say than that?
When America sneezes, when America catches a cold, the whole world sneezes, which is unfortunately the case. America is just a very powerful nation, and hopefully that stops in the future, because I just don't. America's social thinking, what they push around the world, feminism, I'm tired of it, bruv. And we need a new global world order, and hopefully it won't be America. It'll be something else that is conservative, that actually respects black men, leaves Africa alone, doesn't interfere in African elections, doesn't want to take Africa's resources. Once we get that independence, right, and when we get that first world African country, we're going to see black men thrive all around the world. But America will never let that happen. We know how America is, the powers that be in America. It's a shame, but I'm holding out for hope. Shout out to Mr. Blake's Construction for the support. I've seen black women with Indian men, Asian women with Indian men, and one in a million with black men every few months. That's the case, bro. Yeah, and I keep telling brothers, right? Black men are doing horribly when it comes to dating in the West, and we gotta stop coping, bruv. I don't give a damn about no NBA, no NFL, no rap music, no soccer, all that stuff, right? Amongst normal average black men, if you're an average black man in the West, in America, in the UK, in Australia, whatever, right, you're doing horribly when it comes to dating. Asian men do better than black men in dating in 2024. I was out in the center this weekend. I saw Asian dudes with good-looking women. I saw black men alone, bruv. Lonely black men all over the place.
So you need to leave the West. Is what your channel is about. You need to actually get out. Why you would stay, I have no idea. That I left. I dated in Russia. I dated in France. I dated in Japan. I had a great time. It's the Western woman. You have plenty of white guys in the West too who aren't dating at all. It's estimated that over 60% of white millennials aren't dating at all. That this white male millennials are not dating. So there's plenty of people who aren't dating, not just black men. Get your passport and leave. That's how you solve the problem. You're not going to solve the problem by complaining about it and staying in the West. That's not a solution.
That's fact. No, there's some plans being made. Don't worry if there's some plans being made, but it's just an observation. Observation is what I'm saying, bro. And obviously, we're human beings. We have that inquisitive nature. I'm seeing these black men just unfortunately crash out. Shout out to Mr. Jughead one for the support. Theo is wrong about Obama. Obama is a war criminal and a traitor to the global black family. I agree. I despise Obama, Barry Soetoro, IP. You are right. I know I'm right. Obama was a puppet. If you really speak about it, but that's for the separate discussion. I don't really mess with Obama like that. I'll keep it real with you. You know about Theo?
No. If he wants to say that, I'm like, yeah. I need to put him in another country for a while. Bro, get that side of the West. Go talk to people. All right.
Shout out to Jughead one for the support. Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Jim Brown are far better representatives of global and black American manhood. I definitely agree, man. Shout out to the black American legends, man. I remember reading the autobiographies of quite a few black American legends back in the day, and they inspired me as a man right now. So shout out to American brothers, man. All right, peace to those who lost their lives. Shout out to Helena again for the support. Question for your American guests: why don't rich black American men buy a beach property in Mozambique? It's so beautiful over there. Bio.
I don't care about Mozambique. I mean, I like Brazil. If I'm gonna buy land, I mean, it just matters on somebody's interest. That's all. It's not something I'm interested in. If other people are doing it, good for them. I don't have an issue with that. I just like Brazil. What can I say?
Okay, awesome. All right, let's react to some interesting clips from this week. Okay, we've got special ones to run through. Okay, so let's react to some brothers over here.
Who wants to talk about politics? Do you know who you're going to vote for in November?
Donald Trump.
Yeah?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because he's our best choice.
Some people don't like it, but I think he's a smart businessman. Someone call him an a-hole, but I think he's an excellent a-hole.
Call it out! Go!
Trump real, bro. He don't care what you think about it. He gonna speak his opinion. He gonna tell you what it is.
Let me get one.
Hey, come on, I don't. Who are you going to vote for?
I ain't voting for nobody.
You ain't voting for nobody?
No, I ain't voting.
You're not going to vote at all?
No, I ain't voting.
But what do you think about these guys saying they're not going to vote?
They got to know their vote count.
It do matter though.
I just don't believe in both candidates. I don't believe in.
I really don't believe in them strong enough to vote. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Do you agree? Trump again?
With Trump and who running?
Huh?
Who's running?
Trump
and who?
And Kamala Harris, because Biden stepped aside.
Oh, Biden stepped out?
Yeah, he stepped out.
Probably Trump. Yeah, I'll probably go with Trump. I seen a lot of tax breaks, and just ultimately, my company was running better when he was in office.
Definitely not Trump. No offense.
There you go, brothers, man. So if you saw in there, right, it says the polls show that majority of young black men the ones that who are the future of America favor Trump. I'm happy to hear that because it means that the liberal stronghold, the democratic stronghold on black men is loosening. Okay, young black men doing their research, young black men seeing that. Listen, the brother said over there, right? His business was doing better when Trump was in office, right? And I told you, right, Theo, right? I don't care about climate change. I don't care about liberal stuff. We as passport bros, we care about who gonna fill our pockets. What politician gonna fill our pockets? Who gonna make sure crypto runs in the bull run when it happens? And the obvious choice is Trump. And these young black men, right, are seeing that. Listen, in the words of Bill Clinton, it's the economy, stupid. Break it down for us, Bill.
Yeah, I said on your stream before that I think that Trump will carry 50% of the black vote, of the black male vote. I don't see black men voting in mass for Harris, and that's just because of who Harris is. What she represents is detestable to a great number of black men, including myself. So there is, I will say this, guys who are watching this, too many black men died for the right for us to vote. It's just appalling how many of us died. So I would say, just to our ancestors, we have a moral responsibility to vote. And I vote at least every presidential election. So I am going to vote in November, and there is no way in hell I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Impossible. So
facts.
There you go.
Facts, man. You're right. Any brother who watches my channel who doesn't want to vote, please vote. Your vote definitely counts. Please vote. And vote for the man, you know, who's going to for your pockets. Notice how I said man. Okay? So please do so, because a lot is at stake here for black men in 2024. We just went through Kamala Harris's economic plan, and she had no idea what she's talking about. At least Trump studied economics at university, you know, so you must have an idea as to how economics works, right? And, you know, seeing young black men now being informed, right, now speaking their mind, breaking away from that stronghold of liberalism and the Democratic Party, I have a lot of high hopes for black American men, the upcoming young black American men. Ain't that right, Phil?
Yeah, I actually do as well. I think a lot of us are waking up a lot more and seeing what the Democratic Party is. So, again, this is good. I think that black men should fundamentally be saying, hey, look, yeah, like you said, it's the economy, stupid. What's in it for us? What do we get? And I don't think any policy in the Democratic Party is going to really help black men at all. If anything, they're going to have more policies to put us in jail, not to liberate us.
Facts, absolute facts. Theo, so before we move on, right, so it says here, polls suggest young black men favor Trump, and Harris needs their votes in key swing states like Georgia. But in your opinion, right, what was the turning point as to when, from what you observe in America, as to when young black men stopped supporting Harris in the Democratic Party and favored Trump? What was the turning point from what you observed?
The death of Kevin Samuels. That was it. Yeah. Because we got to see how black women reacted to Kevin Samuels' death. And many of us, including myself, saw ourselves within Kevin Samuels. So they weren't just saying that about Kevin, they were saying that about us. And then at that point, black men were like, hey, look, who are you? So not all, but a great number woke up at that point. And it has been, well, like there's a real lack of support of the Democratic Party ever since, and liberal policies. We're just not doing it anymore. We've actually woken up. So I see Georgia, for example, the gubernatorial race with Stacey. I forgot her last name. I think Stacey Adams or Abrams, something like that. Stacey did not win, and she clearly lost. But Biden won the presidential election, presidential vote in 2020. That shows me. When I saw that right there, I was like, oh no, the Democrats are not strong. That all it takes is a decent candidate to come in with decent policies, and the Democratic Party loses. So that's all it's going to do. So I don't think he's going to win. I don't think she's going to win Georgia at all. I'm just looking at which northern state she's going to lose. She's in a much weaker position than what people are admitting at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
Fantastic. Go out there and vote. Go out there and vote. Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Let's see here. Shout out to Raven Star for the support. I'm learning Portuguese, Spanish, and Italian. You? Interesting. Nice. Okay. Phil,
I'm
do you think
taking Portuguese. I'm taking Portuguese lessons right now. Yeah, $30 an hour. Right. I have a teacher, but I mean, I've got Portuguese books. I'm fluent in French, Russian, and Japanese. So I think I've done enough with language. Yeah.
Awesome. Shout out to Blake Construction for the support. Muhammad Ali stood up for Asians in the 60s. Yep. And none of them are standing up for black men in the West in 2024, which is a damn shame. A damn shame. You know, we Black Americans have literally stood up for everyone. And I read history. Black American men have stood up for everyone in America, and no one backing them up. No one backing up Black American men. But guess what? Me as a Black British brother, right? I back up Black American men. And let me tell you, my American brothers, a lot of English brothers, a lot of UK brothers, we're backing up Black American men too. Okay? So it's all good, brothers. Shout out to Mr. Mrs. Helena. Sorry. Please thank your American guest for his weak answers. They were wonderfully revealing. I'm happy. What weak answers there? Do you want to elaborate on that? Huh? I disagree there.
Yeah.
Disagree there.
No, probably with sarcasm. Probably. That's what I think. Yeah.
His answers were fine, Helena. You know, Theo, let me tell you, Helena, right? Theo is probably one of the smartest black men in the entire world. And I know that might sound a bit crazy, but if you hear how Theo thinks, his credentials, he's up there. He's probably top 10 smartest black man in the world. And I'm being serious here.
I'm not BGS. All right. I got a brain, but yeah, it's not. So I'm not always functioning correct, but I mean, I do some things. So thank you for the compliment. I am intelligent, but I'm not all that. I'll definitely say that. I do want to say a comment to people. I want to say people comment who are saying they're not going to vote. Black men who are not going to vote because for this or that reason, bro. You don't have to vote for the political parties. You can do a write-in if you want. So you can write in BGS if you want to. You can write in International Passport. You can write in Chewbacca. I don't care. But if you show up and you write in somebody else, both parties know they were unable to get your vote. And that is something they need to hear. So at least show up, at least do that. Do you remember how many of us died for the right to vote? How much crap we went through. It was horrible. So please, for the guys who died for your right to vote, show up. Vote for somebody. Doesn't have to be the candidates, but do something.
Yes, indeed. Please, brothers, please vote. Please vote. Okay, awesome. All right, let's react to this one over here. Okay. Share screen IP. Share screen. Okay, or flip. Okay, no, not share screen. It's video file. Let's react to this one over here. Okay.
Traditional If you want a traditional wife, then be a traditional man. You cannot ask for stay-at-home wifey privileges if you don't have stay-at-home wifey money. You want me to clean the kitchen? I'm happy to clean the kitchen if I get to wake up at 10. I get to clean the kitchen, I get to go lounge by the pool, and then you come home at night. Like, sure, no problem. But if I'm waking up at the crack of dawn with you, we're both going to our two very demanding jobs, and then coming home, don't ask me for anything you're not willing to do.
Ooh. So Theo, right? The question is, right, so if a brother wants a traditional woman, right, how should he go about that and wanting a traditional lifestyle, right? So do you believe that for it to work, wifey should stay at home and not work and look after the house 24/7? Or can wifey do part-time and still be a stay-at-home mum? And is it possible for us to work at the same time a full-time job and still be a traditional wife, brother, right? So how will it work in 2024 when we go abroad, right, and seek out our foreign wives or girlfriends? Breaking out for us, bro.
As far as I'm concerned, this is just an example of a Western woman who's going to perish alone. And she's going to perish alone due to her own policies, her own thinking and ideology. So I don't even care. This is the kind of woman we avoid. So all you do is pack your stuff up, work remote, work in Brazil, work in Colombia, work in another country, right? Then you have more than enough money to provide for a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mother situation. Plus, that woman is going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning like you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and she's going to be contributing like you contribute all the time. That's what we want. We don't want no woman who wakes up at 10 o'clock in the morning is lazy. No. She should be waking up when we're waking up and contributing when we're contributing as well. So this kind of woman here, Western woman, you just keep on working, honey, because nobody could be paying for that.
Facts. So what about if she has a part-time job? Is that something that, you know, is still, it can still work with her being stay at home part-time job and her cleaning the house, cooking all the food? Or has she got to not work at all and just make food, look after the house and the children? What's your thoughts there, Theo?
Well, I mean, if she's a good woman, in my eyes, she's probably going to be pregnant a lot. So, I need someone to be taking care of the kids. And if you're taking care of the kids need food, right? So, you know, maybe make a little extra so I can have some of that. Right? So yeah, it's gonna be a traditional situation. There's no reason for her to be working. Again, if I'm in Brazil with a wife there, why would I have her working? That makes no sense. I need my children to be loved. I need them to be cared for. I need them to have help in school, the after school activities. I need, them to be working on translation, all that kind of stuff, Yeah, I mean, she's going to be working with the kids, and that's what I expect for her to do. I think for most of you, same way. It's going to be, you're looking for a traditional woman to take care of your children. And if you're doing international marriage, normally international marriages are extremely traditional. So why not just go that route?
Awesome. Fantastic. Side point here, right? Like, are we completely happy with having a woman stay at home all day? Because you may be at work in the office, right? And you have no idea what's happening in the home. Like, could she be cheating? Because I remember there was a Patreon clip that obviously I spoke with a brother. It's on the Patreon. It was about Japan, and there was a story where stay-at-home mum, okay, and she was bringing in dudes to run through her. Husband's at work, providing for the family. Obviously, brother, most guys fear that. So, brother, how do you feel about that? Feel like it's a bit.
That's a Western marriage situation. Remember, if you're working abroad, right? If you're in Brazil with a remote job, you're going to be at home the entire day, right? So ain't nobody going to be running through the wife. You'll be watching what she's doing. You have to fundamentally understand that's where you are. You're at home. when I was working at home in Brazil, because I was when I was in Japan and I was supporting American and English companies, I was at home the entire time. Wasn't in an office, right? So it's the same kind of idea. You guys are going to be at home, but living in another country.
Amazing. Fantastic. Awesome. All right. So next one to react to. Okay. So let's react to this one over here. Okay. Let's react to this clip over here. Okay.
Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, and I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
Incredible. So what you're seeing here, right, is a clip, right, of a brother who I believe she looks Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, one of those Central Asian countries, right? With her, they're dating, they're having fun. She's smiling, she looks happy, he looks happy, they're both happy. And I think they get married at the end. And that is a passport bro's dream, right? Going abroad, finding a foreign woman that vibes with you, that connects with you, that is literally, you know, perfect for you. You can see, right? They're both happy with each other. They both enjoy each other's company. And this is incredible, bro. This is incredible, right? And this here, right, is the end goal. This is why we work hard. This is why we want to aspire to get into IT, into tech, right? We need those remote work jobs so we can go abroad and find a woman like that, right? What's your thoughts here, Theo?
I need to know the context. I don't know how this is going down. Is this in a Western country? There's more than enough scenes.
Turkey. I think that's in Turkey. They're living in Turkey, if I believe so.
Well, I hope so, but I mean, I'm looking for language on there. I'm looking for words every single time that there's a decent word or something I can identify a country or something. That's why I was looking at the screen, because I'm looking for the words. I'm definitely looking for the words. I don't see it, so I can't see what language it is. If people are saying brothers are winning, okay, it appears that he's winning, but I don't know the power dynamic at this part. This is why I'm looking at it and saying, what exactly is this? Because if she's just a really rich Cantonese girl and this is in Vancouver, well, we're talking about a totally different situation. So I don't know if that's going on or not. I don't think this is Australia. I don't know what Asian country she's from. She could be Kazakhstan. You know, that'd be great. I mean, shoot, I'd be in that photo if I could, if it's Kazakhstan. But all I can say is I don't know the power dynamic, so it's hard to give a commentary.
That's fine for you, all right, but take it from face value here. What you see here, the relationship between both these individuals, the happiness, the smile, the brother in his element, she's loving him, and you know, this is what we need as brothers, man. This is it, you know. And I've heard, assuming she's Kazakhstan, right? I've heard great things about Central Asian women. That's a hidden gem. That's really an untapped spot, right? I really mean that. Maybe we got to get 1 million brothers out there to Central Asia by the end of next year, bro. Let's do it, bruv. Flipping heck, bruv. Because look at that feel, man. Look at that smile from her. Look at the vibes. Look at the environment. Yo, we got to get 1 million brothers to wherever country she's from by the end of next year, feel, bruv. What's your thoughts there, feel? Because
I think trust but verify. So if I don't have enough information, I can't comment because, again, if liberals are involved, suddenly we can't understand what a woman is, and something goes bump in the night that's not supposed to go bump.
Jeez.
So I start getting worried. I start getting worried. So that's why I sit back with something like this. I'm like, I need some more information. That's all. It's again, it looks nice, but I me, IP. I don't trust this stuff. I've been around too long. I don't trust it. So I just sit back and say, give me the more information. I need to know what this is. Even the car, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the car. Trying to look at license plate information so I can try to figure out what state it is. There's nothing there that shows me that this is really abroad.
No, they're in Turkey, like I mentioned.
I don't see anything Turkish here. I don't see anything that is 100% Turkish. I mean, I like to believe it. Again, I'm not trying to be insulting to you. Full respect to you, IP. I'm just trust but verify. That's it. I got to see something more. He looks happy. I'll say that. At least no one's shooting at him. Okay. He looks like a happy bro. I wish all of us were that happy. I wish I could go down the street and be that happy right now. That'd be great. I love it. I love to do that, bro. I mean, that'd be great. I wish I had a sexy little Asian woman like that. Oh, I'd be knocking out kids left and right. I'd be great. I mean, good. In my heart, I like it. I need to know what the power dynamic is. That's all.
Okay. All right. So let's go on to the next clip over here. Okay. So over here, let's see here. So let's react to this one over here. Let's go over here. Okay. Let's see. Where is it?
Talks about being single moms. I feel like everybody talks about being single moms and being in relationships or being married and everything, but nobody talks about the single girls who has graduated college or graduated school, got the career, and they're just single, no man, no kids, got the apartment, and you just be feeling lonely. Like, I feel like sometimes I be feeling stuck in this phase of my life, and I'm just like, when will I progress? Like, I graduated college almost 4 years ago. I've been working in my career for almost 3 years. I've been living on my own for longer than that amount of time between me graduating school and everything, and I just still don't have kids. I still don't, have a man. And I just be feeling like that really feels super lonely. And then it's like when you vent to people about it, nobody truly understands it. So everybody will be like, oh, just be patient. Oh, girl, be happy. And it's like, I get it, because we do have a lot to be thankful for, because we don't have any kids. We get up and go as we please, spend all our money on ourselves. We can live alone. But besides all of that, it's extremely lonely. Like, I feel like I have nothing sometimes to keep me going. And especially since I work from home, I don't really have an outlet. I'm literally in the house looking at the four walls. I have a dog now. But even that is just like, I just feel like my life feels repetitive. Like, it's like I need something to help me, like, I don't know.
Damn. Theo, you go there first. Theo, what's your thoughts on this woman's words here?
Welcome to the life of a man. This is all she's doing, describing a man's life. She said, like, people don't understand, blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you mean? You're talking about 18 years old for me. Like, how long have I had this? And nobody bats an eye. Nobody listens to me or any of us on YouTube or anything. We're told to shut up. Literally. so I don't say anything. If she's lonely, welcome to reality. I saw how many Japanese girls have the exact same situation. Nobody cried for them. Yeah, Japanese girls all the time.
Damn.
I always said in Japan, you know what the easiest way to weaken a woman? Give her education, give her a job, and then ignore her. She just collapses. I saw that so many times in Japan, and now we're just seeing it in the West. That's all. Guys are simping less. Guys, stop simping. Don't simp at all. And guys are putting their time and energy towards themselves. They're not weakening, right? They're becoming stronger, doing their own activities, and they're benefiting themselves. They don't have time for this anymore. And this is one of the effects of it, is that you got a women like this who don't have any men. And guess what? I don't care. I have no mercy, no sympathy, no empathy for these kinds of women. Zero. All I say is, guys, get your passport, go abroad, marry the woman of your dreams, and you will cease to even recognize that these women exist. You'll be so happy.
Facts, man. There's going to be a lot more women like her in the near future. Millions, thousands, millions in America and the West, and we don't care. We don't care at all, because when you've chosen feminism, when you've chosen the road of demeaning men, when you've chosen the SEX and SCT lifestyle, nah, bruv, you on your own. You on your own. No more saving these chicks, bruv. It's over. So while you're in the West, IT, tech, investing, and looking to be abroad as soon as possible. Okay? Health is important as well. Your mental health, your physical health. Prioritize yourself and don't give a damn about these chicks. That's the advice we have out there for you, brothers, man. So
yeah, I agree.
Let's react to the next. Yep. Let's react to the next one, okay? So trouble news coming from the UK. Okay, and it's shocking news. Let's break it down.
The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, has ordered a review into how to reduce extremism in the wake of the riots that broke out across the UK earlier this month. Well, our reporter David Wood joins me now. David, what is this new plan all about then?
Well, in essence, what Yvette Cooper has ordered is bringing up to date of the counter-extremism strategy. It's something that she talked about when she was in opposition, but I think it's fair to say it's been sped up as a result of the recent riots. Yvette Cooper says the whole strategy hasn't been updated for the best part of a decade, and she wants to put that right. In essence, what it will do is look at the resources that are available to counter various types of extremism and try and sort out those gaps. The backdrop to this, of course, has been a rise in Islamist, but also far-right extremism. But this review will also look at misogyny and actually radicalisation of many people, particularly young people, to making them become more violent in general, whatever the ideology behind that. Yvette Cooper says for too long governments have failed to deal with the rise in extremism. She talks about online and on the streets, and that hateful incitement of all kinds fractures and frays the fabric of our communities. This will be a fairly rapid review, take a few months, over by the end of the year. The big question is, though, this will cost money. Where does that money come from?
Okay, David,
wow.
Thank you very much.
Hold on there, Theo, right? So you just heard that, the UK government is going to treat misogyny as terrorism. That is insane. And I want to share an article here real quick so we can go through it, because now you're seeing what we go through in the UK, bruv. Okay? Now you're seeing what we go through in the UK. Hold on here. Let me try and find the article real quick. Where is it? This flipping website changed the title of it. Flipping heck. Hold on, yeah. Let me try and find another article. Why did they change it? Hold on. Where is it? Wait. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Oh, okay. All right, give me a second. Yeah. Let me change it now. Let me share my screen. All right. Share screen. Share screen. Where's that article? Okay. So here's the article, right? So literally this morning or yesterday, America time, right? Okay. Our Home Secretary in the UK, right, has ordered a review to identify gaps in the system to tackle extremist ideologies, including extreme misogyny. Okay. And there's been an update in the article. Okay. It says here, right? Okay. Misogyny would be treated as extremism, not terrorism under a planned review of counter extremism strategy. Okay. So essentially, right, if you say anything that is deemed as criticism towards women, right, and then a woman deems as misogyny, can you imagine the hell that can break loose against men in the West if we speak out against women if they do something wrong? So you're seeing where the UK is going down towards to. Why don't I see misandry, which is the opposite of misogyny? What about hatred of men? Why isn't that treated as extremism? Because I go online every day, I'm seeing a lot of hatred towards men. But in the UK, they're saying that misogyny will be treated as extremism. Yo, a lot of men will be fearing for their safety and freedom in the UK right now, brothers. Because anything you could say could be deemed as misogyny. And you can be in big trouble. Theo, what's your thoughts as to this crazy potential future law that could happen in the UK, Theo? Break it down for us.
I think that you and some of the other guys, the British guys on your channel, should be going to Rio and going and staying at my house and becoming refugees. I get some spare bedrooms for you so you guys can podcast from there, because there's no way you're going to win against this. It's going to be impossible. This is the beginning of something very dark. So, come on over, man. If you want to go to Brazil to declare yourself as a political refugee, I got you. I got your back. I'll have a gym. You can come over there. I don't know, IP. You like suffering for some reason, so I'll get a small dog shed in the back, and I'll put your bed in there, and you can have a place to stay. So, I'll get a good place for you, but you can't go against this. You know this is something of something. This is the beginning of something dark. So you need to leave the country. That's how you deal with that.
Could it happen?
I don't think not to that degree. No, because there's too many red states who would rebel. So yeah, that would just not happen. But they'd love to do it in America. Was not going to do it. But yeah, the UK is going on a special way. So I'm telling you, man, you got to get out of the country. You can't win against that. Like even me, I wouldn't go to London right now with that kind of law.
Feel like, the end goal, right, I think, right, is to ensure that men cannot criticize in any woman in any shape or form, which is literally a restriction of free speech. Even if she does something wrong, terribly wrong, that can be deemed as misogyny. I mean, that's a very dark, dangerous law. It's very dark and dangerous. I fear for black men in the UK, brothers, man. I fear for them.
Well, a wife could disagree with her husband and say it's misogyny and put him in jail. Then take all of his assets and divorce him while he's in jail. And what could he do? I mean, this would be ultimately what this kind of program could do. So what I say, bro, is you got to get out of the country. You could, make out with your girlfriend and she doesn't like something and she calls it misogyny. That's it. You're gone. So what you're basically looking at is this is kind of similar to the United States, is that you're right now, you could be guilty before you're innocent instead of innocent before guilty. That means you got to get on the airplane, one-way ticket. That's how you deal with that. You make some money abroad, and and then you buy a house and you bring your parents over there. That's how you do it.
Facts, Theo, man. And this shows you the importance of the passport bro movement. It's beyond women at this point, Theo, in my opinion. Being a passport, it's beyond foreign women. It is about freedom. It is about safety. It is about peace of mind. It is about getting away from these future authoritative states that want to control men and make them weaker than women. We gotta get out the West eventually, brothers, man. Because a lot of brothers are gonna get hemmed up, and a lot of brothers won't make it, man. But if you're a passport bro, if you're here right now watching this channel and on this movement, you can and will be saved, right? This passport bro movement is a lifesaver. It's beyond women at this point, Phil. It's beyond foreign chicks, bro. It really is. Some laws are just gonna hem brothers up unfairly, bro.
Yeah. You got to get out of there. That is a no-win situation. That's just literally impossible. So again, IP, I got a room for you. If you need to get out, the dog shed is out back. I have fiber. I have fiber optic connection. I'll have that. How's that? That's something good. So I'll give you a dedicated 1 gig fiber optic connection to your shed. How's that? No, I won't do that. I'm not that bad. No, I'll do it to my students who drive me crazy. I put them in the shed. All right. No, my 2 dogs stay with me. Are you kidding? My 2 dogs get the Tempur-Pedic California king bed with me and the bamboo sheets. They don't. I don't sleep away with my dogs. They always sleep on the bed with me. You just got to get out of the country. You can't stay around with that.
Facts, absolute facts. All right, let's wrap this one over here.
5-year-old. It's no secret that the 35-year-old president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, has garnered attention for his ambitious and impactful projects in the country. In a continent where many African leaders struggle to fulfill their promises, President Ibrahim Traoré stands out for his commitment to delivering on his pledges. Within less than 2 years in office, he has successfully completed a significant portion of the projects he promised, showcasing his determination and work ethic. President Traoré, known for his forward-thinking initiatives, recently announced plans to build an extensive railway network that will stretch throughout Burkina Faso. This ambitious and visionary project has garnered widespread acclaim from both the local population and international observers, positioning President Traoré as a beacon of progressive leadership on the African continent. During a recent meeting, Captain Traoré not only presented the blueprint for a modernized Burkina Faso, but also outlined far-reaching plans for the country's development, including ventures into nuclear energy and the expansion of the railway system. This announcement represents a pivotal moment in Burkina Faso's journey toward progress, with the establishment of 2 significant organizations, the Burkinabe Atomic Energy Agency, ABIA, and Faso Rail. Under the guidance of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, these transformative projects aim to bolster the nation's energy self-sufficiency, upgrade its transportation infrastructure, and stimulate economic growth.
Wow. Yo, this man, Ibrahim Traoré, is a godsend. And I never thought in my lifetime I'd seen Africa leader like this. Young, not old, and for his country and developing his country. Incredible. Africa, some parts of it is rising. And I'm so happy, man. Every time I speak about, there's no first world African country, well, guess what? We have to build it. Africans got to build it. And if Burkina Faso ends up being that first world African country, that is great for us as black men all around the world, right? You're seeing here, right? He's putting in work, Theo. He's actually building, and he actually runs the country. Not the French, right? Although they have some ties there by their franc currency, but hopefully they move away from that and have their own currency, but step by step, right? But this is what we need, because Rome wasn't built in a day. But if we start now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it'll be a complete different country and world for black men in Africa. This man is the future. Ibrahim Traore. And Burkina Faso, right, could very well be the Dubai of Africa. You never know. Incredible. We must protect this man because a lot of people hate him here in the West. They don't want to see black men build their countries. They don't want to see the rise of Africa. But the rise of Africa does the whole world good. Salute to Ibrahim Traore and salute to Burkina Faso. Let's go. Pio, what's your thoughts here, bro?
Looks good so far. Let's see some more. That's it. I think he's on the right path. Let's see some more. Let's keep it going. Yeah, that's about it.
Facts. And if you know what, right? His key point here, right, is independence, right? Independence, and that is what African countries need. We don't need countries flipping, running our resources, running our economy. No, independence. Singapore's independent, Taiwan's independent, Japan independent, South Korea independent, and that's run, right? That is run by their own people of their ethnic origin, and that's how it should be, right? We want Burkina Faso people to run and benefit from their own country. It's their own land, it's their own resources. They should have priority, right, for their success and prosperity. And this man, the way he's thinking, I think that may very well be the case, man. I am so happy about the future of Burkina Faso. Big moves here. Big moves. For Sergio.
Again, hopeful. That's it. But that's all I can say is hopeful. Let's see what he does. Let's see more. Let's look at his policies. Now, I'll go study him, go study what he's actually doing. The big things that I would be looking at is government protection of personal assets, government ability for taxation, and government protection and enforcement of personal property. Not all countries are cool with all that, but I want to go see what he actually has, because then if you could do that, then you'd have investment. But let's see what it is. Looks like a great guy. That's all I can say. Looks good, but trust but verify. But keep on building. I mean, let's hope it works.
Awesome. So now let's react to the next one, okay? So let's react to present video file. All right, let's react to this one over here, okay? Where is it? Let's react to this one over here.
Go to North Korea. Have you ever wanted to go to North Korea? Well, in a few months' time, that might actually be an option once again. International tourists will be able to visit the country after almost 5 years since it closed its borders at the start of the pandemic. Only Russian tourists have been allowed in since, and that's only been since the start of 2024. But now, this city, Samjeon, and possibly the rest of the country will be open to tourists in December. Samjeon's a new tourist complex in the north, near the border with China. It's got a ski resort, and it's close to the tallest mountain in the country. But maybe hold off booking your flights just yet. The Foreign Office suggests only travelling to North Korea if it's essential. It says the security situation can change quickly with no advance warning, and that this poses significant risks to British visitors and residents.
Wow. So incredible. Okay. So North Korea, Phil, is now open to go to. And you know what, Phil, right? North Korea is an untouched area for passport bros. And guess what, Phil? North Korea is obviously locked away from different areas of the world, particularly the West, right? And Phil, right? A lot of brothers are obviously interested in Korean women, right? And obviously, North Korean women are Korean women. Brothers have had that taste of South Korean chicks. So North Korea is open, Phil, right? And I know this might sound crazy, but could we, potentially get a few passport bros out there to, see what North Korean women are like? I'm not saying living there, but maybe is it worth going there for holiday and, checking them out? Are they checking for brothers? We want to know if North Korean women are checking for brothers. you know? So let's say a brother walks through in a suit, a nice haircut, looking sharp, looking clean. Perhaps, right, North Korean chicks might be checking. What's your thoughts there, Theo?
They might eat them because they don't have no food. So that's about it. I mean, that is. I would not go to North Korea. There's no way. They couldn't pay me enough. Like, if they said, here's $10 million and we guarantee your safety, and you're going with a team of Navy SEALs, I would say no. No way. There's no way. No way. No.
Okay, Theo, but how do you feel like, obviously, brother, you know, a nutrition aside, right? How do you feel like they may perceive a black man, North Korean woman, when they first meet a black man? Do you feel like they'll be interested to know black men, where we're from? Could they check for us? You know, okay, it's a black man, he's different, or you know, could it be like, oh, whoa, what's going on here? You know, what's your thoughts there? Because I remember a guy, was it someone called Dennis went there a couple years ago, a basketball player. I can't remember his full name. He went there and
Dennis Rodman.
Yes, that's over there, Phil, right? So could we get the same treatment that he got there? Because he was well respected. I think I may have saw a couple North Korean chicks maybe checking him out a bit, you know? So could there be an avenue here for passport bros?
Bro, there is no way. There is no way. There is no way. No, 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 no. No, man. They're gonna look at you as a piece of lean meat. That's about it. I mean, the Korean women there would be scared to talk to you because the government is watching. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's just not. There is no way it can happen with North Korea. Please, anybody, listen to me. If you're listening to this, do not become a passport bro in North Korea. Please do not do that. We won't be able to retrieve you if something happens. It's very dangerous for you there. It's more likely that you are going to be put into jail than actually date anybody. Yeah, they'll be checking for you in the jail cell. Yeah, there'll be a bunch of people in the North Korean military. Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, bro, man. Let's leave. There's Mongolia. Go to Mongolia. You want to check for some stuff? Go to Mongolia. Go back. You want something exotic? Go to Mongolia. Don't leave North Korea alone. They're fine.
Man, I was thinking, maybe brother could go out there, call approach a Korean chick in Pyongyang and say, "Hey, are you checking for brothers?" I wonder what her reaction would be. She's like, "What? Are you checking for brothers? Huh? Do you like black men?" You'd be like, "What? What's going on here?" I mean, I was thinking maybe we can get some insight there, but I don't think that'd be possible. That's a shame, but oh well.
IP, man. IP. I mean, I know you're having fun tonight on your channel. Come to America. Come on here. Come here, bro. Go. Group hug. Okay, let's get you over to America. Okay, let's get you a job here. Let's get you a visa. All right, you're a highly skilled labor. Let's get you over to here, and then let's just help you out a little bit, okay? Because yeah, we're not doing that. No, man. No, there's one place I'm not going in the world, and that's North Korea. I would, at least if you went to Iran, they'd be a little bit more rational with you than North Korea would be. So, nah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that then. Let's not do that, brothers. Okay, awesome. All right, let me read a couple super chats here, and let me shout out to Mr. Douglas for the PayPal donation. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, bro, for the PayPal donation. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you very much, man. That means a lot to me. Thank you, bro. Douglas, I think I saw you in the live stream chat. Let me give you a shout out here. Where are you? What's your name on YouTube? Shout out to what's his name there? D Will. Shout out to D Will for the PayPal donation. Thank you, bro. He says $100 in your PayPal. Thank you, D Will. Appreciate you, brother, for the support. Shout out to Mr. Let's go here. Shout out to Mr. Wobbed Up. Interesting name. Question for Theo. I've been to Japan twice and I found untrustable woman. Oh wow. Where do I find the good girls? Oh.
Learn Japanese and stop talking to the girls who speak in English.
Interesting.
Very simple. So he was in an area where the women were preying on him because he doesn't speak in Japanese. I'm fluent in Japanese. I avoid women who spoke in English. We've got plenty of wonderful women. It's the way it is.
Damn, I definitely want to hear your story. What's up? Send me a DM on IG, bro. I just posted in the chat. Definitely want to know more about that, bro. Shout out to Mr. Theo, but what about a Japanese woman, right, who knows Japanese, but also knows English too? And she's not from, Shibuya and Shinjuku, the high body count area woman, but she knows English too. Should we avoid her, or would she be good?
Avoid her. Just learn Japanese and go for the girls who only speak in Japanese. That's what I did. I only dated wonderful women. I had a great time. I can't believe, even right now, again, I think back about what I did, and I'm like, why did I ever leave that situation? That was the best dating situation in my entire life. I was fluent in, I'm still fluent in Japanese, but when I left, I was super crazy fluent in Japanese. So, yeah, it's better to stay in. It's just learn your Japanese and date the local women, like, who don't speak English.
Awesome, thank you. Shout out to Mr. Babatunde, the lawyer, for the support. Thank you, brother. I sent you a DM on IG. Let's touch base, brother. I think I sent it to you a couple hours ago. Shout out to Fear on IP. I brought the virtual pass for Manosphere Conclave, looking to add the Fear AWS pass to the pass as well. Awesome.
Wonderful. This is the way. This is great. I think, again, more guys. I want you guys at the conclave. I want you guys in our classes. I'm saying IP and my classes. And you got to think about this long term, guys. If this takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it doesn't matter. You guys have got to get out. All right. So do it as fast as you possibly can. Work on it. The money, if you put the time and effort into it, the money you spend will be nothing. I'm going to say this one thing to you guys real quick. Japanese was my most expensive language that I ever had. Japanese was brutal in its cost compared to especially Russian and French. It was way more expensive for like the materials, the time, the tutor, all that kind of stuff that I had to have, all those materials. The amount of money, the love, the relationships that I had in Japan after that was phenomenal. So if you put the time in, you will get the result. As I say, come to our classes, put the time in, get the result, and you will be flying.
Facts. All right, so let me share my screen here. Let's go for another one to react to. Let's react to this one over here.
Only woman that. So am I like the only woman that no longer gets approached by men? No, because I had to actually sit and think about this, and I had to ask myself, when is the last time a man came up to me and wanted to get to know me or exchange numbers? And it's been a long time. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it definitely has me questioning myself. Like, am I not as attractive as I thought I am? Am I looking old? Am I intimidating? Like, what is it? So now I'm starting to realize that since men don't come up to me, I have to be the one to go up to them. And that makes me super nervous because it's like, how do I know I'm not going to get rejected if you didn't come up to me in the first place and then I make the decision to go up to you? How do I know I won't face rejection? So can I get some tips and tricks?
I totally understand where this lady, because for years, some women have spent their time telling men not to come close to them.
So, yo, when I hear that, right, it tells me one thing. The passport roles movement is winning, it is spreading, and it is affecting the dating dynamic in the West. And I'm extremely happy. Men are checking out, not even looking at women, not approaching them, right? Even in some cases, right, not even saying the 5 terms you say to women: good night, goodbye, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Okay? At some point, just avoid speaking to them in any shape or form. We are doing a great job here, okay? And I love seeing clips like that when women say that men aren't approaching them. Good. I hope men continue not approaching them because it's just not worth it, bruv. When you've tasted the taste of a foreign chick, when you've been around one, when you've gone on dates with one, okay, when you've done some naughty things with one, keeping it PG, you ain't going back to a Western chick, right? You ain't going back, bruv. You ain't going back to the women that sound like men in New York, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. Nah. You're going home to soft, feminine sounding voices of a foreign woman. Brothers, man, it's over for Western women when it comes to dating. It really is. Phil, what's your thoughts on the woman's issue with men not approaching her?
I wish her the best, and I remind her that women chose the bear. So I hope that the bear accepts all of her date proposals, because the Western men hopefully are increasingly either avoiding Western women, not dating at all, or they're becoming passport bros and they're leaving. And that's the exact way it should be. And the issues that she's having, we've had that for how long? That's been our normal life. And so I have no mercy, empathy, or sympathy for her at all. None. And there's quite a lot of women who are saying this right now. I'm not even listening to them. Yeah. So,
Thanks.
you know, I wish her the best. You know, that's fine. But I guarantee you, when she was 24 years old, she had 2 lines of men every day who were lining up to go date her. You know, when did that ever happen to us in the West? Never.
Facts. Notice how she mentions how she's got to start approaching, and it feels a bit off for her. How do you feel men feel like when they get no signals whatsoever from a woman and they still approach? You see how hard it is for men to cold approach chicks. Now women see how hard it is to be a man in general feel. Now they feel and see how hard it is to be a man, because cold approaching is a man's job. And they now know how nerve-wracking it is, how difficult it is. But it's over. We got our passports, and we ain't going back to the arms of a Western chick.
Yeah, I totally agree with you at this point. But she looks like a single mother also. So, yeah, that's why I additionally don't care. I really don't care at all. You had an opportunity. I would say, again, Western women, you're strong and independent. You don't need a man. You chose a bear. I wish you the best.
Let's react to this one over here. Okay.
Paying attention. I feel like nobody's paying attention to the fact that there's currently a war on traditional family values in America and a war on men. The left, liberal women are like, let's snuff men out. Let's feminize men. Let's tell men they're not men. We can be men, and we don't need you. And traditional family values, oh, here's a war against that. What is a family? A family can be whatever you want it to be. It's back to, we don't need men. That's why when you look at the culture on the left, you have more violence, you have more crime, you don't have men in the homes, like you have lower rates of marriage. Those values are not important to them, and they are literally purposely seeping them and infusing them into America, into the American value system. All you gotta do is turn the TV on and you can see it. Trust me, it's a war on men and a war on family. By the way, this isn't a new war. This war started in the 70s. It's just that now we can see all the work that's been done. And unless we do something now, everything we know as far as family will be no more.
Absolute facts here, and shout out to his sister for speaking the truth. We don't hear a lot of black women speak the truth like that, but there's always a few gems or a few anomalies in the matrix. Okay, now I used to be a liberal. I used to be a leftist, and it almost ruined me and my mental state and the way I viewed life, because I kept seeing that the left was pushing things that were against the natural order of things. Anyone with common sense knows that if you want your child to have a successful life, they got to be in a two-parent household, man and woman, okay? And you can't have any sort of degenerate thinking or degenerate way of life that you want to push onto your household. It's got to be conservative, it's got to be sensible, and there needs to be a clear plan and structure. But I noticed that the left doesn't promote that. The left doesn't promote strong families, doesn't promote strong men, feminine women, and you're seeing the effects of that. Why do you think so many brothers are in gangs? So many brothers are delaying other brothers. So many brothers are lost, right? Because they come from broken families, right? And the left, right, encourages broken families. The left tells women you can be a strong single mother, right? You can be a man. You can handle all that work yourself because you don't need no man. And you've seen the effects of that on the black community. There's a high single mother rate, and there's a lot of young black men out there, fatherless, doing all sorts of nonsense. The left calls that, bruv. The left has definitely waged a war on men and traditional family values. And we know if Kamala Harris wins, it's going to be 10 times worse than it is right now. Do the right thing on November. Please vote, and vote for the guy who isn't Kamala. What's your thoughts, FPO? Damn.
Yeah, it's been a war against the family. I would say this since the 60s. And this is not stopping at all. My parents were totally oblivious to this. I saw it straight out, but they thought it was going to be so easy for me. I was looking at them like, there's no way. The only place it's going to be easy for me is abroad. What they've done let's say this, the leftists have destroyed more families and deleted more children and left more women barren than any war did in the history of Europe. I mean, honestly, they've done a real number on them. We should have millions more families. There should be millions more people who are, enjoying a happy community. And instead you have empty towns and empty areas where the only way they can get people to be there is through increased immigration. So I think it's a real shame. I think the West is really losing out. And, they're just teaching people to live for themselves and not have a family. So, oh well. Again, what she's saying here, of course I agree with it, but it's not enough for me to stay, that's for sure. So I'm gone. I'm out.
Facts. We're out. Thank you. Absolute facts, man. Get your passports, and if you're gonna stay in the West, or if you want to still have any links to your country, vote for a guy with an orange complexion in November. Shout out to Mr. Mind of a Maroon for the support. Appreciate you, bro. We can't be like Holman. You have to do a nature channel, mysteries channel for them. If not, low tier best. Feels furious facts, learn the language. Absolutely. Learn the language. Learn multiple languages, actually. Please.
Yeah,
I think
I can't. I'm just saying I can't emphasize enough how much advantage you have by learning the language. It's massive. It's just beyond comprehension. You need to learn the language.
Facts. Let's press this one over here.
Wire. We know that Russians are behind the wire. You know what a real U.S. president would do? Say that C-130s are on their way to Niger today with the water and the medicine and the food our troops need, that they will have a full fighter pilot escort there. And if the Nigerian government or any other third world thug tries to even turn on their air defense systems, we should show those leaders and those thugs what the target package looks like on their houses and their family members, because it should not be Americans that are suffering because President Biden and Blinken are so embarrassed that their strategy in Africa failed that they're willing to let Americans' conditions deteriorate.
As the U.S. is forced out of Niger, it appears to be seeking a new foothold in West Africa, this time in Ivory Coast. Reports from Le Monde indicate that the U.S. has secured permission to establish a military base in the village of Odiene, near the borders of Mali and Burkina Faso. This location is of strategic importance, suggesting a calculated effort by the U.S. to maintain its military influence in the region, despite the setback in Niger.
So you just heard, right, a U.S. congressperson, right? And you can see in the blue text there, shockwaves has the US opening fires to invade Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. I am sick of the interference of Western powers in Africa and other nations, whether it's Africa, Asia, South America. I'm tired of it, right? What is their problem? How about you just stay in America, bruv? I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Focus on your own country. Leave other countries alone. And you see why, right? When I mentioned in my stream yesterday that we're powerless, this guy would never, ever speak these kind of words about China. Ever. Never. About China or about Iran. Those countries have power. One of them has nukes. China has nukes. He would never dare do that. When you have power, right, you can protect yourself. No one will mess with you, right? And although I can complain about the US, being on this neo-imperialistic vibe, right, with his kind of commentary, but it's very important that people protect themselves because these people don't give a damn. It's all about resources, control, and power. They were kicked out of an African country. Was it Niger, or I believe so? They were kicked out recently, right? So now they're planning to open a base in Ivory Coast, which is next to Niger or close to it. What is their problem, bruv? Why? Theo, I'm sick of the American neo-imperialism, bruv. Something's got to give. Because the way Americans do things, right, certain people in America, is detrimental to world peace and the development of countries. Leave Africa, Caribbean, Asia, and South America alone. Focus on America, bruv. Break it down for us, Phil.
So the United States has openly talked about attacking Iran, and we've done it. So, yeah, if we don't like somebody there, Iran doesn't stop us from doing something. That being stated, it's yet another reason why I'm not so optimistic about the leader in that country. I have to go look at the country real quick. But him actually being progressive and implementing his changes. I'm not. So that's what Burkina Faso, right? That leader, you just put him on there. I forgot his name. Ibrahim something. Yeah, I don't think he's. I mean, I hope he's successful. Not hopeful for it. If they find oil in this country, suddenly he'll disappear. That's the way it is. Remember, democracy. Yeah. So, yeah. Just. I'll say this to the guys in the chat. as I get a little older, when you talk about these things in public, you just learn how to use a lot more tact because you learn what the powers are, how the powers may be, and so you just learn how to be quiet about it, because it just keeps on happening again and again and again. So America is supposed to be anti-imperialist. That's who we are historically. But we look at all the military bases. You know what our current policy is. Not being expressed in that manner. So, well, we hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
And that's why I'm praying for a new world order, man. And that new world order would mean that America loses its power. And I think that's best for everyone on planet Earth, because I'm sick of America and its minions, UK, Australia, and any other ties with it. The G7. Something's got to give, man. It's getting too much. Leave black people alone. Leave us alone. Flipping heck, bruv. Okay. Next one to react to. All right, let's react to this one. Actually, hold on, yeah? Give me a second. What is this clip? Let me just see. Yep, hold on, yeah? So let's react to this one over here. Okay. Video file.
Ghana has opened its first ever commercial gold refinery. The Royal Ghana Gold Refinery in Accra can process 400 kilograms of gold daily. It will initially source gold from small-scale and artisanal miners, and in future acquire licenses to process gold from large-scale miners. The refinery is expected to enhance the value of Ghana's gold exports, strengthen the economy, and create jobs. Is the refinery a smart move for Ghana's mining industry?
So, big news. Ghana has a gold refinery. So, on the way to being self-sufficient. Ghana is the biggest producing gold country in the entire world. Okay, gold has a lot of value, okay? However, I looked into it a bit more, Phil, right? And I'm not happy with a few details here. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So let me share my screen over here, okay? And I wanna hear your thoughts here, okay? So it says here, right? Okay, Africa's top gold producer opens first gold refinery. Well done there. That's awesome there for Africa, okay? So Ghana, Africa's leading gold producer, has launched its first gold refinery to capture more value from its abundant natural resources. Cool. Okay. It says here, the refinery is set to process 400 kilograms of gold daily, primarily sourcing raw materials from artisanal and small-scale mines. However, look at this, Phil, right? The Royal Ghana refinery is 80% owned by Rosy Royal Minerals of India, with the 20% owned by the Bank of Ghana. How on earth, right, does India run 80% of this refinery, and only 20% is owned by the Bank of Ghana? What's going on? Show me any sort of big corporation or any refinery in India that's owned by majority an African country. Why has everyone got their pies in Africa and it's only 20% owned by the Bank of Ghana? So essentially, right, India owns that refinery. What's going on, Phil? It is insane, bruv. I mean, it's just like what? Like, what's your thoughts here?
There are some good things to this, and then there's some bad things to this. So let's look at it real quick. Oil production, Saudi Arabia and Russia. They allowed Western companies to come in and modernize oil production. and then Saudi Arabia and Russia both nationalized all the production. In Russia, they did the same thing, but they just basically created a bunch of charges against oil leaders and then put them in jail. so that they got control of all the oil again. Well, what happened afterwards when those oil fields needed parts? There were no parts. They needed maintenance. There wasn't maintenance. And so the production started decreasing. There started being issues with it. Saudi Arabia was able to react to this a bit better than Russia. Russia is still having a problem. So if you're looking at this from a production point of view, at least if the Indians are in, or from people from India, if they're in there doing this work, there's probably some sort of organization that's functional, things like that, it's actually working. I would, caution for the Ghanaian government to nationalize this. I don't think it would be beneficial. I can see what you're saying. It should be a national company that did it, but maybe, I don't know the reason, but for some reason, a national company wasn't able to do it. I don't know why. It'd be nice, but it didn't happen. That's all I can say about that one.
So we have China in Africa. We got Europeans in Africa. Now India trying to make moves in Africa like this, but we as Africans or Black people in general, right, have no power or any holding or any reserves in their countries. That's where I get very angry and frustrated. We know India has a huge diamond industry. Guess what? We as Black women, we want a piece of that. You have a piece of ours in our homeland. We want a piece of your diamond industry in your homeland. We know for a fact that China has a huge AI industry, right? Black people want a piece of that, but we can't get a piece of that. But you're in our nations, doing what you want to do. I mean, what's going on, bruv? Theo? It's like everyone's taking from Black people, but we can't get nothing from them. Frustrates me, Theo.
It's another reason why I'm, skeptical. So you have to go look at the rule, the law, how the institutions are set in those countries. Because if they're not strong enough, then you really can't prevent a foreign power from doing those kinds of activities. Such is life. Again, I wish the best for Africa. I've been seeing this happen for how many years? Decades.
Damn. Free Africa, free the Caribbean, free Black people. Tired of the flipping oppression, man. Everyone's eating, but we ain't eating. Nah, bruv. And Africa.
I'm eating. I could use a diet. So, yeah, I'm eating pretty well. I'm pretty good. There are people out there who are doing well, but what we're really talking about is owning an industry, and we're not at that point right now. And it'll happen later on. You look at all the inventions that we've done. We've done quite a number of inventions. The problem is that while we were doing those inventions, particularly in the West through history, the right to own that or to prosper based upon the patent law was denied us ultimately. The transfer of the wealth went to somebody else. The wealth was transferred to somebody else. And that's unfortunate, right? So we just have to look to the forward, to the future, and building something new. Maybe, in my AI course, something will happen. Maybe in our Python course, something will happen. And we'll get some future leaders who will be doing something wonderful in the future. I'd say have hope for the future while recognizing the misery of the past.
Awesome. So let's react to this one over here. Okay.
democracy. 30 years into democracy and racism in South Africa is apparently still a thing. A video of a group of pupils auctioning off their black classmates recently surfaced. In the video, black school children appear to be held in a cage enclosure while their colored classmates outside the enclosure called for bids. Like an auction, the students' uniform appeared to be that of Pinelands High School in Cape Town. In a separate incident, a WhatsApp chat involving 12 white high school children from Pretoria Girls High School revealed a racist conversation that led to the girls being suspended before being reinstated. The Save South Africa civic movement has condemned the decision of the school governing body to reinstate the girls. Meanwhile, a black...
So, bruv, hearing a bunch of black kids in a cage in a school, right, being treated like animals, right, in an African country, don't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me in any shape or form in an African country. Now, I know South Africa has had its problems in the past, right? It's been through a lot, and shout out to our South African brothers, for keeping strong, because I know they've been through hell, right? But we're in 2024, right? And that kind of acts or actions should not be happening to black South Africans. So when I hear passport bros, right, speak about South Africa is great, blah, 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 I keep thinking, right, I'm always hearing these racist stories over there. Are you sure that Western black men can build it, have children there? Because, something's just not clicking, in that area of the world. Theo, what's your thoughts on this video, right? And in terms of, the future of passports in Africa when we live there as black people, because it just appears that the racism there is just too much.
South Africa still has a long way to go, and there's a lot more changes that need to occur on all sides. As the chat stated, these weren't white people who did this. This wasn't the Afrikaners or the English who did it. These are coloreds. So it is bad. It is unfortunate. These kind of incidents are occurring all over the place over the time in South Africa. And the people have to wish to change it. And this, it's not happening right now. So I would say maybe this is a symptom of poor leadership in the country, because, there was so much hope during Mandela, and that hope that this kind of stuff would end. It looked like it would, but it didn't. So hopefully another leader will come along to actually put the end to this kind of stuff. It's yet another reason why I'm just so pessimistic. I have more hope for like Tanzania and Kenya, Sudan. Well, not really Sudan, but Kenya, Ethiopia. Those areas, those countries, I think are going to be able to prosper correctly. But South Africa, no.
You make a great point there, Theo. I just read in the chat someone said that the kids went there willingly. I think it's very important, right, when you're raising kids to instill with them pride, strength, courage, and self-worth, and always speak up and defend yourself. It's very important. Like, I know very tall people, but mentally they're not strong. I know very short people, but mentally they're tough, right? Obviously, the best of both worlds is to be strong and tall and mentally tough, right? But you can't control genetics, but you can control, right, what you put in your kids' minds. We as black men, we as passport bros must make our children warriors. Defend yourselves. Always defend yourselves. Always speak up for what you say is wrong, and always do the right thing. And always love yourself, your skin, and who you are as a human being. Very important. Extremely important. Because this is not right happening in an African country, but a majority black country. It doesn't sit right with me. But having a strong mental state is very important. What's your thoughts there, Pia?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. In an ideal world, that would be correct. Again, I want to see a different result. I thought, back in 1991, I thought most of these problems would be solved by now. I remember people commenting that Africa and China might be so advanced and in such racial harmony that they're going to put sanctions against the United States and UK for racist activities and say, like, Detroit and Liverpool, or the stuff that you're going through right now, that they would actually put sanctions on the UK and say, hey, look, you're not doing your job right. We're going to sanction you. And we thought for sure that kind of action would happen, and it didn't. Still the same crap as before. So, I wish, bro. I wish. That's all I can say to you. I really wish like we could have more, but we're not doing that. We're not at that point right now, are we?
Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Soon come. Soon come. Awesome. So, Theo, how long do you have left?
Yeah, 7 minutes. I
7 minutes. Okay.
I have a meeting. Yeah, I've got a meeting at noon, so I got to go deal with that. But I could do one more.
Okay, let's do one more. Okay, so
it's a sad time on IP's channel. So your heart is sad, IP. Yeah, I feel for you.
I just want
you can.
Just want the best for brothers, man. I'm tired of being at the bottom, Theo, worldwide and the global stage. Sick of it, bro. Tired of it. Hold on, let's just address this one.
Bring my TV but I was struggling to bring my TV, fit it into my car. It was in a big box. It's a 55-inch. It could barely fit into this car. I'm sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
You see, there's a reason for that. Decades ago, you wouldn't have needed help. The men would have done it for you. The thing is, the world has changed. Women have changed. Now, see, something I tend to do a lot. I tend to imagine, what if I was a man? What would I be doing today? Would I help women? Truthfully, when I think about it, no, absolutely not. Even if my instinct as a man is leaning toward chivalry, I'm not going to help. There's a number of reasons for that. A lot of times, when men are doing nothing wrong, they end up on the internet because the wind blew something into their eye and they might have winked and someone filmed it, and then you end up on TikTok.
Yep. There you go. Theo, what's your thoughts still on this woman complaining that no one helping her to pick up a TV?
I mean, absolutely 100%. This is entirely true. I'm the same way now. If a Western woman needs help, I do not help her. I just keep on going. It's part of the reason why when I go outside, I just put on my glasses, my sunglasses, and I have these earphones on. So I have a reason to look like I don't know what's going on. I'm just listening to music and taking a walk. I know what's happening. I know somebody's calling me. Of course I know. I don't care. I keep on walking. I think the rest of you should as well. If a Western woman needs help, you should do nothing for her at all. Just keep it walking. More likely than not, she's going to use your good efforts and your good intentions against you in order to for her own self-gain. So don't even be there. Don't even be a part of it. If her car is broken, she can figure that out. If she's crying on the side of the road because something happened, that's not a part of your problem in life. That's not your issue. Keep on going. She'll figure it out. She is strong and independent. If she really needs help, she can get a bear to come over and help her out. You, Western man, need to become a passport bro. You need to become the best version of yourself. You need to get out of the West and then pursue your own future away from Western women. All right?
Absolute facts, man. Absolute facts. Theo, the other day, right? I locked eyes with a Western chick, and I immediately looked away immediately. I'm at a point where I try to avoid them as much as I can. The only time I speak to a Western chick is at work, right? Or she's packing up my groceries. Aside from that, I don't engage with Western women. But around 15 years ago, Theo, 10 years ago, I would have blocked eyes with her. And if we had a longer enough eye contact, then maybe cold approach. But I'm at a point where I feel, right, I don't even want to be near them for anything, brother. Western chicks. Because you just don't know with them, Theo. You don't know. They're not wifey. They might get you in trouble. Okay? They might lie on you, right, for whatever reason. It's best to just avoid them and stay on your purpose, invest, education, hit the gym, mental health, physical health, eat right, sleep right. That should be the man's playbook in the West right now. Eat right, sleep right, think right, mental health, education, investing, remote job, improving your skills, learning your languages, man. At least an hour a day, or even half an hour a day is enough. Couple words.
Yeah.
There you go. Break it down for us.
I totally agree. The Western women are becoming increasingly antagonistic towards us. I mean, it's just at a horrible level at this point. I don't see how you could do trusting them whatsoever. You remember, they're always trying to tear you down for their own self-gain. So you can't do anything with them, but you can't help them at all either. You can't be around with them. You can't associate. It's a zero. So just keep it going. Again, they have bears. Bears will help them. There's plenty of bears out there. They can always get help from the bear. You don't even have a bear to help you out. You have nobody, and except yourself. So remember that. And ultimately, guys, get on the airplane and leave. If you go to Colombia, Brazil, Peru, Guyana, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Kenya, something like that, Japan, and then you set up shop and you're in contact with other brothers, you're going to have the time of your life, and you're going to be respected, and you're going to have a great time. And you'll be like how I was before. You forget that Western women exist. You don't even care, and you'll be having a great life. So, guys, do that. Oh yeah. Also, the bears there, they don't help the women. Men help the women there. So, go abroad, guys. You'll do much better.
Absolute facts. Awesome. All right. So, Mr. Theo, any closing statements from you, bro?
Yep. It was good. It was a good stream. I liked it. I definitely like doing this. Guys, remember to do your language study. I've got Portuguese class tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I'm going to be working till about 2 o'clock in the morning tonight, but I've got Portuguese lesson 9 a.m. I would say do at least 1 hour of language study. When I was at my best, I was doing 4 hours of language study per day. Guys, go for it. There's nothing to stop you from being successful abroad. Use your passport, get a remote job, go abroad, have your life, enjoy yourself, and I'm telling you, you're going to be totally 100% happy, and you're going to forget the West exists. Use the West. Again, the West is a corporation. Use it for money. Go abroad, make your family. You will be so much happier. Right? And again, everybody, let's hope the best for IP. IP is, man, he's just in a bad situation right now. But so are all the brothers in the UK. So we have the opportunity to build something new with our classes. We have the opportunity to build a new community and a new destination for ourselves. I say, guys, let's get to it. All right. Okay, guys. I'm out. I got a meeting right now. I'll talk to you later, all right?
Thank you, Theo. Appreciate you, bro.
See ya.
Peace out, brother. Awesome. So phone line's open. If you want to call in, I'm going to give you 5-10 minutes. If not, I'm going to wrap up the stream early. and get some sleep. Great live stream. Shout out to Phil, as always, a legend. Great stream. Brothers, you know what to do in November 5th. You've seen, sorry, November whatever. You've seen Kamala's horrible policies. Save yourselves and vote for the right person, which is an orange man that wears a suit every day. In regards to yesterday's stream, you know, I had to do it. You know, and I want to do more streams on the perspective of Black men internationally, right? So if you're a Black man in America, if you're a Black man in Canada, in Australia, in any other Western country or African country, send me a DM on IG, right? And let's get you on the channel and let's hear your life as a Black man in the West. We want to hear your life in corporate Canada, in corporate America, in corporate Australia. How are you getting treated there? How are you living? You know, reach out to me, man. I want to, you know, I want to do more streams about my life in the UK, right? You saw the riots, man. You saw what brothers were going through. You saw brothers get attacked. Now I'm seeing people look at me funny, look at me weird, right? To the point where I thought that, you know, if someone might want to smoke, I might have to defend myself, you know? So I'm telling you, brothers, right? You know, reach out to me, okay? Because it ain't no games anymore, bruv. It ain't no games. You know, it's becoming terrifying in the West. So you let me know. I'm hearing some pretty bad things about Toronto, Canada. Toronto, Canada, where a lot of Black people live. I'm hearing some awful things in Toronto, Canada. And we had a stream the other day, right? We had a stream the other week, sorry, of the brother. Yep, Canada, BC is good for Black men. I heard that. British Canada, BC is. I mean, I've been in Vancouver. Vancouver was great for me. Not perfect, but I liked Vancouver as a vibe. Women were checking. Only thing that is very expensive, but aside from that, it's good for brothers. But Toronto, Canada is something that I've heard is pretty awful for brothers. There was a stream I did the other day, so the other week, sorry. But what's it called? That stream was called, what's it called? Oh, flipping heck, bruv. Where is it? Was it yeah. Toronto is a matrix. I had to leave. Okay. Toronto is a matrix. I had to leave. You know? That tells you all. That tells you all. I need to rewatch that as well, actually. I watch it when I'm working in the morning. It's a matrix, man. It really is. And I hope brothers free themselves from the matrix. There is a matrix. There is a matrix. Montreal and Quebec are good for Black men. Toronto's hellish, and I know why Toronto's hellish, bro. I know why, bro. You know, I definitely know why, bro. I know why, bro. All right, I'm gonna give it. Hold on. I'm gonna give it. 2 more minutes. Two more minutes. No one calls in. End the stream. We got 115 people. Can we get some support? Can we get more super chats, more PayPal donation? We got over 100 people, man. If you like what I speak about, if you like the Passport Bro show, if you like my thoughts on different matters, if you like the content I post out, join the Patreon, man. You can join the Patreon and be a lifetime supporter. It's not easy when I'm streaming this late every other day, editing, right? How about you support, bruv? How about you support? You can join a Patreon, bruv. You can support me. You can hit the super chats. You can just support. Yeah, you have to understand that me only speaking about black men's issues means that I get a limited support because the channel isn't widespread. If it was for everyone, I'd be getting a lot more support. But the fact that I only speak about black men's issues, right, means that my reach is very limited. My reach is very, very, very limited. So please support when you can. Okay. Thank you. Shout out to Mr. Ben Cisco for the support. I appreciate you, bro. For the cookie jar, peace. Salute. So I got a caller. I got Jam. Can you turn your camera on in the background, Jam, so I know you're not a troll? Yep, that's definitely your brother. Thank you, Jam. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in Jam in the background. Okay. What's going on, Jam? How you doing,
Hey
bro?
man, how do I sound? I'm out and about right now, so I just want to make sure I still sound good. Okay.
I had some. It's all right, but I can manage.
All right.
How you doing,
I
bro?
wanted to. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing great. Like I said, honestly, bro, your stream saving lives. It had a big impact on me. I've told you this several times. I think I called you a couple months ago saying that I tried to learn Japanese, and I couldn't really learn anything. I had a really hard time with the hiragana and katakana. I'm calling you now to say that I'm master.
You what, bro? Can you guys hear him, or have we lost him?
Oh no, you can't hear me?
No, now you're back.
Is this better?
Much better, bro.
All right. I was just wearing headphones. Maybe that was it. I was just calling to let you know that I mastered the hiragana and katakana now. So now I can read it.
Nice.
I can read it now. I'm actually, I can't believe it because I remember the last time I tried learning for a month, I couldn't master it. I pretty much gave up. But you and Theo got me to try again, and I can't believe I'm able to read it now. So anyway, I'm on my next step of my Japanese journey, right? Language learning. And I know that you've been learning Japanese for quite a bit, and I wanted some tips on how to pick up languages. I've heard about it.
You there, bro?
You can't. Oh no.
You dropped off there. So you asked for tips about learning languages, huh?
Specifically Japanese, because I know you've been learning it. So that's why I'm asking you in particular.
Yes. So I would say, right, don't do too much every day, right? You maybe do a sentence or two, a couple words, right? Don't do too much, and then the next day, review what you learned previously. So let's say you learn, let's say 2 words a day. Okay. So I'll give you an example. So kudasai. Did you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you completely. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, so let's say you learn 2 words today, right? So kudasai, that means please, right? And you also learn, let's say, what's another word? Let's say you learn ocha. So a sentence, right? So, but it'll be a sentence. So let's say ocha wa do desu ka? Okay, so that's a word and that's a sentence. So you would go through that today, and then tomorrow you would review it tomorrow. Okay, so your brain is able to just go back to what you did the day previously and update it on the current time. So just take it easy, learn a few things as possible, and then always review what you've learned the next day. Kudasai means please, or cha wa do desu ka means how is tea? How is your tea? And then you review that, and then you review it the next day, and you go into new words, the next day, and the other day you review what you learned the day previously. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. You mentioned previously when I was first reinvigorated to start learning again, you mentioned previously about a book that you used that was quite helpful. Do you remember that book that you used, or?
Yes. So I say use a there's multiple books. Let me email you the books. Actually, I'll email you. So I need some. It's a Japanese name. I don't use it anymore. But when I was a beginner, I was using it. There's one book that was very good. So what I will do, I will go through my checklist and I'll send you that book name by email. I have your email actually. Yeah. And also, what you can do is when I send you an email, if you can send me your IG as well, because there's a brother that wants to talk to you. You remember the brother in Brazil, right? Remember him?
Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault. I don't have IG because I've been grinding IP. Like honestly, you've reinvigorated me. I'm sure you remember the first stream I had with you, but you've reinvigorated me. So I've been studying like crazy. Not only Japanese but also Portuguese 'cause I live in Brazil. So like me and Theo are on the same wavelength. Except Theo's where I want to be in Japanese, and I think I'm a little bit better than Portuguese. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't heard him speak, but I've been grinding both languages out because I want to get my passport in Brazil, and I also want to go to Japan. So I really want to.
Yeah. So if you can make an IG account, do you hear me? So if you can make an IG account, right, I'm gonna send you an email and reply to my email with your IG account. It'll be easy for me to give it to the brother that came on the other day. He wants to actually touch base with you as well, and then we can all speak on IG in a group call. So it'd be good to get your IG as well.
Yeah, I'll create one. I'll create one tonight. It's actually very common in Brazil. I was really hesitant to do so because I had it previously and it was a big time sink, but I'm starting to see the benefits of it, so I'll create one, man. Anyway, arigatou gozaimasu. Sayonara. Thank you, man.
Hey, it's all good, bro. And also the meal plan. How's that going, bro?
It's okay. It's going. I did start. I'm sorry. I've been You know what? Let me give myself the deadline of the next time we speak to have that up for you. It's not just because of the meal plan, because I don't want to just send you the meal plan. I mean, if it's just a list of meals, that's easy. I could do that today. But it's really more so like a guideline of what you should be doing, right? Whether you want to bulk or cut, and then with just essentially things like that. That's kind of what I've been writing out. It's not if you just want the meal plan, I could literally probably do that today or tomorrow. But
Hello, hello, hello.
you can't hear me anymore? Yeah, I'm
Okay,
sorry. I'm using
no.
my phone here. My cell phone
Yeah, no.
service is not so good here. Can you hear me
That's
now?
fine. Yeah, that's fine, bro. Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, so yeah, when you can, yeah, that's fine, bro. But the cut and bulk and
Would you
stuff,
want
whatever.
for me to just start with the meals first, and I can start with the how you implement that later, just so you can have something to start with? Is that easier for you? Because maybe I'm just doing too much to start. Is that a little easier for
No,
you?
no. If you start already, it's all just finish off, bro. Might as well. If you start
All
already.
right, well, do. I'll try to give myself the deadline to this week. I'm sorry, I had a lot of things, including work.
No,
But anyway, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Your stream changed lives. It changed my life tremendously. So, all right, I'll log off now. Sayonara.
thank you for the kind words, bro. Jamata. That means I'll see you later. Appreciate you, bro. Okay, awesome. That's Jam over there. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna jump off, yeah? It's been a pleasure. Shout out to Jam for calling in. Shout out to the legend Theo. Shout out to brothers who support. And shout out to those who the super chat, who the PayPal donations. I'll see you brothers very soon. Peace out.